Good afternoon and welcome to Kutu. We are live from Okotoks, Alberta for the final of the ATB Okotoks Classic. Today we have a monster matchup as Team Bottcher of Edmonton will do battle with Calgary's Team Cooey. My name is Peter Stesky and my co-host for this final is no stranger to curling fans everywhere. We have the 1986 Canadian mixed silver medalist Randy Furby. Welcome, Randy.
Hey, glad to be here, Pete. 1986 mixed runner-up. That's where it all started. I haven't heard that in a while. But, looking forward to today's game here. This is a matchup of 1 and 1A in Alberta. So these games mean a lot to each one of these teams here.
I'm going to try that again. I lost sound. Good afternoon and welcome to YouTube. We are live from Okotoks, Alberta for the final of the ATB Okotoks Classic. Today we have a monster matchup as Team Bottcher of Edmonton will do battle with Calgary's Team Cooey. My name is Peter Stesky and my co-host for this final is no stranger to curling fans everywhere. We have the 1986 Canadian mixed silver medalist Randy Furby. Welcome to Kutu, Randy.
Top four.
Hey, glad to be here, Pete. 1986 mixed runner-up, 35 years ago. It only seems like 30, not 35 years ago. So glad to be here. Look forward to this game.
Done in that final by Dave Van Dyne, I remember. But you did go on to win 6 Canadian championships, 4 world championships, 3 Grand Slams. So you recovered from that mixed. What do you think of our matchup here? 2 of the very best teams, not only in Alberta, but in the world.
Well, definitely, Pete, this game's a big game. It's 1 and 1A teams from Alberta, the best 2 teams in Alberta, arguably. Not even arguably, they are the best 2 teams. And games mean a lot. One of these teams because they're trying to get an edge, and at the end of this game, whoever does win this game, they're going to say we beat these guys, and we can beat these guys. And it goes a long ways for the whole year, setting things up for whoever does win this game. We'll have definitely more confidence.
Be a little fresh.
Both teams are playing great. They're both undefeated, qualified through the A side.
Just even with you.
Bottcher defeated Connor 8-2, Vaverick 7-1, and then a pair of wins over Hardy 7-5 in the A qualifier, 8-4 in the semi.
That's definitely more.
So they've hardly been tested. Cooey also 4-0, defeated
keep it warm.
7-3. King 8-2, Jock 6-5.
It looks good.
And then just motorboarded Thomas in the semifinal 6-0 in 3 ends. So they're well
hard, Darren. Dead even.
Yeah, a lot of good young teams in Alberta here, and just to reiterate a little bit, obviously they're playing with this COVID here, and their limited schedule and whatnot. It gives these young teams an opportunity to play against the Cooeys and the Bottchers. Without COVID and this pandemic in place, they would never have this opportunity to play against these teams. This kind of reminds me of curling back 25, 30 years ago, where you entered a bonspiel locally and you got to play these teams. But this is probably the first that this has happened in a long, long time. Their Cooey would be in the slams and Bottcher would be in the slams and playing each other, but these other teams would never have the opportunity to play these guys.
And a great shot there by John. Bottcher has the hammer in the first. They drew to the button. Bottcher covered the pin. Cooey slid about 4 inches too far, so Bottcher was able to get the hammer. And another slight advantage. I'd like to see what you think about this, Randy. Bottcher just played this sheet in the semifinals and just played with these yellow stones. So how much of an advantage is
Solid
that
easy.
Cooey, who is only using reds for the second time this week?
Personally, I don't know how they came to that conclusion. Obviously, the sheets are predetermined, obviously, before they go into the final or the semifinals, the playoffs. But getting the rocks, yeah, maybe psychologically it happens, but if Cooey steals 2 in the first end, that's all out the window immediately. So I don't think it means a whole bunch, you know, for either team, quite frankly.
A fairly open start versus what we've seen out of Cooey so far this week. He's gotten off to fast starts. 4-0 his first game, 3-0 his second game. Last game they pitched a shutout in the Ray qualifier. They're up 4-1, but a little bit of a different scenario here as they started without the hammer for the first time. So,
Yep. Good.
Well, I mean, obviously both teams like to get off to a fast start. I mean, these are the top 2 teams, you know, in the top 5, 6 arguably in the world. I mean, you give them a 2-point lead, either team, and they're going to be pretty well, pretty well set going into the game. What they're going to do for the next 5, 6 if they get a 2-point lead.
Yeah, hear more.
So we'll introduce the teams for those who don't know. For Bottcher, lead is Carlos Martin. Second, Brad Thiessen. Third, Darren Molding. And the skip, Brendan Bottcher. And then Team Cooey, longtime lead, Ben Hebert. Back in the mix at second, John Morris. Third, BJ Neufeld. And obviously their skip, Kevin Cooey. What do you think about, and we cover this every game, so the fans that have been tuning in to all of the live streams, this won't be a new topic for them, but what are your thoughts about John being in the house?
You know, that's very interesting. First off, maybe we should back it up and say what are my thoughts on John being on the team before
you can
tackle that. House here. You know, it was an interesting move. Obviously, it was a business decision to make a change with Colton or whatever happened there. Obviously, in the team. But picking up John, you know, I mean, let's be, you know, this is a younger person's game, or it seems to be getting every year.
Solid hack.
And team, and John is, you know what? I'm not sure how old John is now, 40 something or rather. It caught me by a little bit by surprise. And John is one of the best curlers to ever play the game, and you know, and they obviously thought about it, thought that he could help him, but. You know, I thought they'd move to a younger person. You know, just how teams have gone with the front end. You know, John moving to calling the game or holding the room for Cooey after. I guess you know what. You got. I mean, obviously they talked about a BJ sweeping now and whatnot. Are they the best sweeping front end out there? I can emphatically say no. You know, but with John in the house, there's a lot of experience. There's a lot of experience on this team, and time will tell. You know, I mean, this is just a small dose that we've gotten so far. I think you need a 20, 30, 40 game to schedule to find out if it's actually going to work or not.
Yeah, it will certainly be interesting as the season unfolds. Things always seem to be smooth if you're winning. It's how you handle it when you're losing where things can change.
Well, for sure. You know, I also said 30, 40 games. That might be hard-pressed to get in 30, 40 games this year, you know, the way things are going also. You know,
absolutely.
You know, how many games are going to pay before the Alberta playdowns or before they get to the bar? They're probably fortunate to play that many games.
Mistake there by Darren Molding. He rolls out. So now Kevin will have a chance to he can go around this rock just short of the rings and set up, not necessarily a steal, but certainly be in a position to force Bottcher, which he'd love to do here in the first. The ice all week has been excellent. I'm not sure how much you've seen, Randy, but it's curling everywhere. They're taking 4.5 feet at least, getting around center guards. It's breaking to the wings, and it's very release sensitive. So if you're supposed to throw hack and you throw it a few feet past the board, you could end up going right past it. And on the other hand, if you're a little bit light, we've seen quite a few rocks over curl. So
yeah, the curl looks really good here. 4 feet. You know, he's got the broom right now, so it's at least 4 feet of curl here. It looks quick. It's what they want. It's what they expect and what they want and what they normally get nowadays. So kudos to the ice makers.
Hold on.
Wait. I think we're okay.
Let it stop.
one looks like it's flying.
Just let it bury.
It looks pretty quick.
Whoa, Johnny.
That was a really good finish there.
Yeah, he got it fully buried, which was a goal. He would have obviously loved for it to be above the tee. Bottcher looks like he's going to chase it with that ice. Randy, I'd say he's going to throw somewhere around hack, maybe.
Yeah, I'm actually a little bit surprised at this. He could follow him down, or even if he buries it on the tee line, he's in position potentially for two here. But he can't see too much of this rock to remove it. It almost looks like it's overburied almost.
Yeah, I agree with you. I thought he'd just throw the draw here as well. He should have a feel for it. He covered the pin in practice to get his team the hammer.
Hack.
Yeah, hack.
Hack. Solid hack. Probably.
Curl all the way.
Good communication from the front end here on the weight. It is hack.
Never.
A lot of talk amongst the players. Brad Thiessen, who's sweeping right now, is generally considered maybe to be the best at manipulating the rock to keep it straight, or in this case, he just carved that one right over.
Yeah, that was great weight control, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Good touch by Bottcher and allowing Brad to put his broom to work. No stranger to the gym, these boys. Very big front end for Team Bottcher, but a lot of people think Thiessen could be the best sweeper in the game.
That says a lot. Obviously there are a lot of good sweepers out there. I've watched these guys play quite a bit over the last few years, and he does appear to be a very good sweeper and getting better too.
I don't think you or I have ever been accused of being the best sweeper in the game. That's for sure. Maybe the mouthiest players.
No. I was up there. I didn't get enough credit for what I did sweeping. Quite frankly, and to this day, I'm still.
Johnny!
Shot, Kev.
Great
Is that
job
any
by
good?
Kevin there. Hardly any room to roll. Hung on right in the back 12. And you can see, to your point you made at the opening of this stream about these two teams, even though this isn't for $40,000 and a slam title or a Canadian championship, they are really going to want to beat one another. And you could hear the intensity on Ben telling John to sweep that one over. I think we're going to be in for a good battle here.
Yeah, each one of these teams know that going to the Briar leads, it goes through who they're playing right now. And like I said, getting that upper edge on them right now. I don't know if they played each other this year yet or not.
They did. But, they played in the semifinal in Banff. And Cooey actually had a pretty easy time of it. Sixth ends. Botch tried an out-turn raised double, missed it, and that was handshakes. So that's the only time they've played this year. The final shot here in the first end.
It's kind of going for a half-weight blanker.
Yeah, it looks like an Eddie Wernick blank here, like the board weight. Try to hit maybe a quarter of a rock. Dangerously close to the guard here. It did tick. Now, normally you'd be able to sweep this one out, but as you can see, nobody from Cooey's team is there because you're not allowed to. It's a social distancing rule. You'll also notice that the guys are wearing masks.
You know what? I'm totally confused by that call there. I don't get it. I mean, if you
I don't understand either. I think
just take your one or whatever. Yeah, I don't understand that.
So at the end of one, it is Team Cooey leading Team Bottcher 1-0. We'll be back for the second end after this commercial break. We are back live on YouTube from Okotoks, the final of the ATB Okotoks Classic. My name is Peter Stesky. I'm here with the Grand Poobah of Curling, Randy Furby. A real break for Cooey in the first end there, right, Randy?
Well, yeah, it's like I know both these teams like the lead here, and Brennan played like a halfway blank or something. I'm not even sure it was there. He should have just drawn for one, take your one, and to be happy. And Cooey must be ecstatic to steal one in the first stand
This was
after that. Had nothing going at all. Made a great hit and roll, and he ends up stealing one. That was just full 12 foot. So advantage Cooey right now.
Just keep going. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, they've done it every game this week. They've got out to early leads. Obviously, a tougher opponent here. We were talking about the rivalry with these two teams within Alberta. 3 Grand Slam titles and 3 Brier runner-up for Bottcher. Cooey's teams combined to win 12 Briers, 5 Worlds, 3 Olympic gold medals, and 35 slams. They really dominated 2019.
Whoa! No!
Kevin beat Bottcher in the final of the Brier.
No, John!
And then in
Whoa!
the final 2 slams,
Yeah, Johnny!
they played each other as well. And both of those games were won by Bottcher. So both teams absolutely dominated. And it's tough. They have to beat one another to get out of Alberta just to get to the Brier. So,
yes, they do. It's I know. Lately, I've been hearing a lot of comments from curlers right across Canada, talking about the format to get to the Brier and stuff like that. But you know what? It makes you stronger. It makes your team really good when you're beating these teams to get to the Brier. So I know there's a lot of controversy on that part, but anyway, this ice here looks a little straighter on this in turn here. It doesn't look like it's moving quite as much as the out turn in the first end here. But here's a really good shot.
Really nice weight control there. Well swept by the guys. I think it's just going to peek out a hair. To be able to make a play on it.
Yeah, roll away is good. Okay.
Here, Kevin there signaling hack.
Shouldn't be much of a problem here. You can see a little over half of it, but.
Yep. Wait, good. Whoa. Yep. Just hack. Yep. Little down, maybe. Whoa. Clean.
No. Okay. Shot. Come on, Johnny.
And he rolls out in the open, so Bottcher will have the opportunity to have Brad try to hit and roll and get underneath that guard. You were no stranger, Randy, to huge rivalries within the province. Obviously, more recently, everyone remembers the Furby versus Martin, but your first huge rivalry was when you played third for Pat Ryan and the battles you guys had with Eddie Lukowicz.
Yeah, we had some battles back then. After Pat lost the Brier final to Al Hackman in '85, I went and played with Pat, and Ed Lukowicz was still he was the top guy in Alberta, and we had some battles against him that were unbelievable actually. And then the second team that I played with Dave Neto, and we had some monumental games against Martin. I think that's kind of what's missing a little bit in the game today. That these bitter rivals where you actually dislike the team you're playing against. Most of these guys appear to like each other, and they're after they lose, we lost a good team, yada yada. But we were never like that. It was like, geez, we hate those guys. Like, I'm not going to congratulate them for beating us. They played good, but this worked both ways. But today's teams, even in curling in general, I mean, what is the biggest rivalry in curling right now? Think about that. Back when we played Martin, there was no doubt it was number one. Wernick and Howard used to have great. I'm not even sure the biggest rivalry in curling is nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, I think that'd be very hard to say. I know the two teams that like to beat each other the most are probably when Jacobs plays Cooey, but they're also super good friends off the ice. Where I don't think you weren't going out for drinks with Kevin Martin after games for sure.
No, not at all, and we didn't want to. After losing to him, it was a downer. We went back and we tried to regroup, and how do we beat this guy? And we managed to beat him a few times, and he beat us more often than not at the end of our playing days. But we had some great games, and that rivalry is what made us stronger. It made us stronger.
Yeah, I think it's worked well for Bottcher and Cooey to play each other this much as well, because just a testament to both teams being so strong. We're trying to make this roll now for about the fourth time, and I think we might have done it here.
Pretty good.
BJ sneaks it underneath.
This will be interesting. It's is Darren throwing this shot?
Yeah, Darren.
He threw an out turn a little back in the first end. We'll see if he kind of straightens it out here a little bit. He missed in the first end with an out turn.
Darren's really improved his shot making ability over the last 4 years or so while he's been with these guys. And he used to be more of a hot head, but I would say now he can steer that into positive energy. He's been a very good teammate.
Yeah, he's a fun guy to be around too. You know, I like his company. Always joking, jovial. Here's a really nice shot. Yeah, that's
just great touch.
Perfect. That wasn't an easy shot.
No, they made it look easy, but I mean, he only had hack weight. He couldn't see any of the stone. They had to squeak the guard, and now Kevin has to make sure BJ sticks around here. There'd be a good chance for Bottcher to go around that center and set up a multiple score.
Clean.
He might want to do that anyway.
Yeah, he could ignore this stone for sure.
It's interesting. You know, I've watched these guys curl it. You know, I haven't thrown a competitive rock in a few years now, and the game has changed. You know, like I still watch it as much as possible. Every minute that something's on, I watch it, and even now sometimes I see some shots. I go, geez, what are they doing here? You know, I don't quite understand what they're doing here. You almost got to be present on the ice to totally understand what they're doing here. But this is a shot that we would have played all day. You know, set up a deuce here, put the pressure on him, and so this is a really good call. As long as you make it.
Yeah, and they don't want to slide this all the way into the tee line, or Kevin will be able to follow him down pretty easy. They would have liked that to stop just in the full 8-shot rock. That's too far.
Well, Kevin can either freeze through or make a play on it with the out turn to sit to, or, looks like he's going to make a play on it.
Mandy on Facebook's giving you a shout out. Huge pleasure watching the Furby 4. The team dynamics was second to none. You guys did have some great team dynamics there, and very supportive of one another. Marcel, Mr. Nedowin, and Scotty Pfeiffer, who's still a little bit involved with Cooey's team. He was their 5th at the Olympics. So,
yeah, it was one of those things that when we put the team together and we gotten better and better through the years, we talked about certain things like that. How do you get to be the best curling team in the world? I mean, outside of talent. I mean, all these guys got talent. They're all capable of making the shots, but what gets you to that number one position and what keeps you there? I think that's what's failing on a lot of these curling teams. They keep doing the same thing over and over again without improving. They go practice. Well, we got to practice. Well, you got to do something else besides practice to get up there. And it is definitely one thing that we talked about a lot. How are we going to attain the number one goal? How are we going to get there, and how are we going to do this year after year?
Ben's working hard on this one for Kevin. The soft weight hit on shot stone here.
Good spot.
Well, if he's got enough room to make the hit and roll on the inside, or he's going to play the double there as a double there,
Yeah, he's got two options. I would lean towards the double if he's got enough of it.
Yeah, that's in his wheelhouse as a double, obviously.
I think it's easier, the two shots, and even if he makes the roll, we've seen how much it curls with both sides, so Kevin would be able to chase him, so they're going to opt to play the double here. First shot for Brendan in the second end, currently trailing Cooey 1-0.
Be close.
Beauty. Good. Really good.
Yeah, great throw there by Brendan.
Now, I'm sure Kevin will be close in this hit and roll. This is very similar to the shot he made in the first end. the 3-foot hit and roll here, so I'm sure he'll be close on this.
Yeah, in a shot like this, Randy, because if you nose it, I mean, Bottcher is he's going to make the blank attempt. So you could get a little more aggressive here and cheat for the roll, because whether you nose it or roll out, the result's probably the same most of the
Oh,
time.
absolutely. I'd be surprised if he's not close to making this roll.
But just control weight coming down the ice here.
Whoa!
Johnny
whoa,
trying
whoa,
to carve. Sorry, DJ
Yes!
trying to carve it over.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Wow. What a shot by Kev. Just barely peeked out.
I think you can see it on the intern side about half the rock or so, but that was a great hit. Obviously he's in his zone right now with that outturn. I think he's an outturn player generally, and he's close to making everything. And what we've seen here today already, he loves what he sees.
Yeah, he's definitely dialed in. Bottcher has, it looks like, just all of the stone. Be able to play an intern peel here, blank the end, and hopefully maintain the hammer.
Positive.
Nothing worse than flashing these, which I probably did a few too many times in my life, but no mistakes here out of Brendan.
That's why I was never a skip.
The end of 2. It is Team Cooey leading Team Bottcher 1-0. We'll be back for the third end after this break.
Just wanted to thank Canada Dream. We're at our second event here in beautiful Banff, Alberta. We got a fantastic winter motorhome from Canada Dream that's keeping us safe and comfortable. We're staying in it and bringing it to all of our events, and it's pretty much our locker room on wheels and just an awesome place to stay. So what do you think of it so far, Benny?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I mean, with all the COVID safety rules that are going on these days, it's pretty sweet to have our own change room. We come in here and get a good little stretching with the boys. We get to stay warm. Better than changing your car in your hotel room. So thumbs up to Canada Dream. We're having a great time in the motorhome.
Only problem is sometimes the old navigator gets us lost a few times there. So
I got my Google Maps out ready to roll here. Here's me and Johnny. I'm navigating. Johnny's the driver. BJ's upstairs stretching. Cooey's in the back, sleeping probably, doing what he. Cooey just shows up and curls. He does nothing. Me and Johnny, well, Johnny's a front ender now with me, so we got to grind it out. Not like we're really grinding, but
we got to do all the hard work now.
We got to do all the hard work. I've been doing it for 15 years. The way she goes. Anyways.
Yeah, I'm not used to this, Benny. I like it. Get used to it.
We are live in the third end from Okotoks, Alberta for the ATB Okotoks Classic. Kevin Cooey out to a 1-0 lead. Stealing one in the first versus Bottcher. Bottcher with the hammer. My name is Peter Steske. I'm here with Randy Furby.
Line's good. Lock it on.
Ben Hebert looking to throw a turn freeze here. He has to have thrown a million of these in his life.
Okay, line's good.
All right, keep going.
Right on the nose. Right
Thank
on the
you.
nose.
Actually, I love Kevin Cooey's shot. One up, throw a center guard. Let's get it right at it. And not playing for the blank or the force or whatever. Let's get at it right now.
Yeah, they played very aggressive the entire week. Built up early leads. You played a lot against Ben. We joke with Ben all the time. He's an easy guy to pick on. He can handle it. But a lot said about Benny's intern. You played him forever. Did you force them to play the intern, or is his intern not as bad as what he left on?
Well, let's be honest. How do you force the lead to play an intern and an outturn, right? They still can do whatever they wanted to do. The skip's going to call his outturn all day, and at the end of the day, he's making shots like that. He's still capable of making an intern. It's not like he's incompetent doing that. It's just he's got so much more confidence with his outturns and stuff.
Yeah, I agree. Neil Harrison used to be like that. Neil threw
exactly
turns. Yeah.
I mean, really, I I would still like to think that every curler out there, they might not admit it, they still have a favorite turn. If it comes down to one shot, you got to hit the button or you got to hit the stick. They're going to prefer one turn or the other. They might not say it, but I almost guarantee it that they favor one turn than the other.
That's an unfortunate miss there out of John. They were hoping to play the straight back, curled too much to even clip the back one, and they got caught in between. So a nice early setup here for Bottcher. That's a shot John's been making fairly routinely this year. His first year back in the men's curling after taking a break and playing mostly mixed doubles.
Well, I think that's like you said in the first thing, you're up your weight a little bit. It might run a little straighter there. He was only half an inch away from making a perfect shot. It wasn't like he was far out, but it just didn't finish quite as much as they had hoped.
So an interesting decision here for where
I don't mind
Brendan
the middle.
wants
It's
to have
just
Brad
easier.
throw this one.
Hey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know the speed here at least.
Yeah. Yeah. Back 4.
So he wants to move the red one? Red onto the yellow there a little bit or something? Or?
I heard Kark mention back 4 weight, so they might be playing
Weight's
just
good.
a little
We're
kiss and go
back
here.
4.
Yeah.
Back 4. Back 8. Back 4. Back 4.
Close.
Chap and lie or something behind the guard.
The old chap and lie.
Well, chap and lie. For all the young curlers out there, that's a hit and roll, but chap and lie.
That's good.
I like they maintain a nice angle, it looks like. Again,
Yeah.
I'm in my living room in Toronto. You're in Edmonton, I assume, Randy?
I'm in Edmonton, yes.
Yeah, and the action's going on in Okotoks. But to me, it looks like he was able to stagger those 2 rocks, so there's no direct run back for Cooey. So a well-positioned stone by Brad Thiessen.
If you do that.
Cooey's going to hit second shot rock here.
Yeah, he's trying to set up a double for himself, in 2. See, this is where he's sinking 2 or 3 rocks ahead.
It's often referred to as chess on ice, and at this level it can be, especially when they decide to put the 5 rock to use and get a bunch of rocks in play. You've got to be thinking 2-3 shots ahead, or you're going to get murdered by these guys. So open hit here for John Moore, second stone of Team Cooey.
Gotta go, Beach. Hard. Hard to hit it, come on. Hard. Hard.
Oh, we freeze that.
Able to just save it where it's going to maybe hold on to be third shot. It's tough to tell.
He's
Straight draw.
Really overcurled there.
just looking to replace it. It's not.
Speed seems okay here, eh?
Gotta be back 8.
One thing you see with these 2 skips, their temperament very similar. Like I've never seen Kevin nor Brendan get rattled at a teammate. I mean, Kevin, famous for throwing shots with no time left on the clock.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Nothing really seems to bother Bottcher. I mean, for the young kids at home that want to skip,
Gotta make sure we're at least
Dave was like that. Your skip, he not too much seemed to bother
Yeah.
Dave, at least outwardly.
Well, they may show it, but it really determines what it's like what they're like inside. Like I was known for not getting too excited and yada yada. Let's deal with it. But inside, I was churning up a lot of times and getting pissed off inside. A lot of times I'd be going, "Oh my God, what the heck happened there?" But I wouldn't show it because it shows a little bit of weakness, like the other team got to you. So, but I do agree with you. I mean, nothing seems to bother Kevin. He probably win or lose this game, he'll go home and say, "Oh, we won, or we lost." Probably 2 days later, he says, "Oh yeah, we won that. I forgot." So he's really good that way. So this is definitely, Bottcher's looking pretty good here because that run back, might be hit the red one, hit the yellow one on the nose there. It might be a double to sit 3 after a while here too.
I think he's definitely going to freeze.
Yeah, and he just changed the position enough there. I'll listen and see if we can hear
Yeah.
what he's thinking.
He's freezing for sure. He's throwing this spot 3. Yeah, I mean, assuming he misses, right? No, but even if you got to make it
You're playing the in off no matter what. It's just his is jamming.
Well, if we're playing out, we have to play it now. Like,
Yeah, I know.
He might not need. He might.
Okay.
No, I don't. I don't love anything.
Okay. Knows it.
I'd rather you roll.
After a
down
long
there than
discussion, they decided just to nose the rock that was just thrown.
this. Yeah,
I'd like
but
to
he
thank
can't
Team
roll.
Cooey for
All right, then we can go.
providing this live stream. They're streaming every single game they play this season
Control.
on YouTube. They got together with their sponsors when COVID broke out and all the events were starting to get canceled to not only decide to stream their games, but also help with the Alberta Curling Association to form some of these events. So they've done an outstanding job.
Yep.
Open hit here for BJ. Certainly wants to
Hard.
hang around in the 8-foot.
Hard.
Yeah, he definitely got to stick around here, playing the hit and roll.
Hard. Right up.
He was close.
Yep. Hard. Fine.
Okay.
And a really good shot to shrink the scoring area a bit for Bottcher.
Probably just
I think again,
line.
Bottcher's playing for a deuce here. I'll probably play hack weight 11 up on that back red wing and roll and just replace it. I'm assuming he could play a freeze down to it too, but
Yeah.
hit and roll move it a bit.
Yeah.
I kind of like that.
Yeah. Let's.
Both their rocks are at the back.
Yeah.
I think
If they run, yeah, even then, like they run that. Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
Sure.
So 3.
Brendan initially
Behind the corner. Yep.
looked like he wanted to play the shot you called, Randy, that little soft one in the back. And that looks like Darren, who's throwing the stone, he's more comfortable playing the top one, so they're going to hit it instead.
You like the out turn, hey?
whatever you like. Yeah. I like both, so.
Yeah. Out's a little better for getting the back one.
Out.
See, they definitely want to clip the back one and make the double here.
Yeah, and it's easier to do with one turn versus the other because there'll be a
little
slight drag
down.
effect.
Say a hair down.
Not playing a whole bunch of weight though.
Just make sure you stick.
Okay.
Yeah, if you threw any more weight, that red one was gone for sure. It was heading that direction. This wasn't.
Yeah, again, I'm not sure. You know, I mean, obviously, I like to see what Brendan's thinking. Like he played that with just board weight up a little bit.
Double and roll behind the corner.
A little bit more. I mean, it could serve as a catcher there also for one of these yellow ones possibly after. You know.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to kill the stone, you definitely needed
Looks like 7/8
more
roll
weight.
on-
But
For the fans out there tuning in, and if you've been
Sorry,
here
hit and roll behind that corner in the double.
throughout the week, this week is Veterans Week, and Team Cooey is marking it by donating special custom signed jerseys to the Legion and Soldier On to help support
what's he gonna have of this?
fundraising efforts for our veterans. They're also going to give away 2 more of these shirts during the 4th end break. They're custom signed Team Cooey shirts
all I'm saying
brought
is
to you by Brant.
just
So
stick
we're going to have
around, you
that
probably
tractor
can't
race
throw
during the
peel.
4th end break.
Yeah,
So
Normal.
stay tuned and have your keyboards ready. I'm 0 for 3 so
high.
far picking the winner of those, Randy.
3/4 beach. Hit and roll. Whoa, Johnny. Whoa, Johnny. Right off.
Yep.
Hard.
Whoa.
Off.
Ben. Gotta go, Ben. Whoa.
Hard,
Johnny.
Johnny. Hard, Johnny.
Whoa. Sit.
Nice try, beach.
Seeing just like that, Cooey's sitting 3.
Yeah, an unbelievable shot to pick that one off the face. Rolls buried behind the guard. Might be an added bonus. And now instead of Bottcher looking at scoring
I like
2.
Love it.
I mean, they could still get 2. Obviously, there's time. But the end's definitely turned around in Cooey's favor here.
Weight's good.
Darren just threw down this spot, so they should be able to make the Rock do what they want.
Yeah, he's pretty much got to make this hit and roll now. It's really not that hard of a shot. Maybe a little thin here.
That's it.
This is where that catcher came into play.
That didn't help.
Raised it, no. I think Cooey lies one. They're pointing to the yellow one in the back, so it could be second shot.
He can't.
He's looking at removing it.
Line two?
No. 1, 2, 3. I mean, the best obviously is you just never want to get cute on
Yeah, that's not great. If you come in there, he plays the run double. I'm just saying that if he makes it, it's a deuce. Yeah, he's got to make it.
He's drawing in here all day, right?
Yep.
I mean, he's got all this help, too.
Okay, so you want to beat him in there? Okay, let's do it.
You know, if we leave him to hit and roll, so be it, right? Try to bury half and make it a tough roll.
What do you think, Beach? I don't see anything else good.
We decided that Bottcher is probably going to play the intern draw himself, so they're going to try to beat him to the spot.
Yeah,
we got to get by that red one, right?
Actually, Kevin could play the out turn around the top red one there also, and leave full 8 foot, and he could use it for a raise if he's if Brendan comes around with the intern. There's a lot of possibilities. I'm surprised he didn't look at playing the out turn here a little bit.
I like that ice with that.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
This one he leaves it half open. He makes a hit and roll behind his own yellow one there also. So I think there's a little they didn't even talk about the out turn.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a case of just not knowing the ice out there, because the ideal situation would be to just bury maybe an inch on the out turn side.
You've been throwing anything too?
Available.
Yeah.
T-line, boys.
Intern draw for Kevin Cooey, first rock of the third end, leading Bottcher 1-0.
Hard Beach.
Well, room.
Just wait, or just line.
Back four.
Off then.
Back four.
Yep.
Still heavy.
Whoa,
Still heavy. Still heavy.
Off.
Oh, couldn't have told you. No, just let it stop, Johnny. Okay, cool. Not bad.
Close, but he slid too far, so Brendan will be able to follow him down and easily get rock here.
Yes, you know what? I know we've talked about this behind the tee line a lot over the last few years, but this is okay, because if Bottcher comes there, Cooey will just follow him down there and force him to his one. So being a little heavy is not the end of the world. I mean, obviously he'd rather have that a foot and a half, 2 feet shorter, but it's really not that bad.
Yeah, there's more important shots we'll see during the game where they're going to want to keep it in front of the tee. Kevin just wanted to make sure he got that in there for for shot rock and buried. So,
but again, there was good finish there. That totally buried around one that was biting the 8 foot almost there, and he's only back for 4.
Yeah.
A lot of here.
A little heavy. Whoa. Just for line.
Yeah, a little heavy.
No, just for line. Always just for line.
Little.
Close.
Close, but
We're from.
good patience by the front end here.
Yeah.
They really brushed it. Nice touch.
Yeah, like I said, so he should be. I mean, Kevin just threw the shot. He should be able to put it right on top of that, and then Brandon will have to have a piece of the button to score one here.
Hey, cool. Lock her on.
Yeah, if Kevin makes this perfectly, it's going to be a much tougher shot for Brendan. He might have to sort of kiss off of the one Kevin's about to throw.
The old chop and lie. It's
interesting. He's got about 6 inches more ice than Brendan as well. Just shows you that Kevin's intern's probably a little lazier than Brendan's, I would think.
Weight should be close.
Shade less.
Line only.
Well then.
Weight's good. Weight's good.
Line's good.
Weight's good.
Weight only, though.
You're ready. We're a little hot.
Weight only.
I'm not sweeping it.
moved a little bit. I think it looks pretty good.
Attaboy, Cap. Beauty.
Yeah, really nice
You ever
touch.
play
Good
it?
job there by the front end and
For
by
3,
John.
I guess, at least.
Well managed, and now tough situation here for
I
Brendan
know
to
it's
score.
not easy.
Well, he actually has to play a little bit of weight, like
Yeah.
back ring
Probably
weight, and sort of just hit 3/4 of it and
Don't think
roll to the button. You know, just with a heavy draw. He's looking at maybe playing the out turn draw here, but
don't see much, but
I think he
size
knows
of
the
draw.
line with the in turn, and that's probably the call.
Yeah, he's just got to make sure he stays on the center line
on,
side
man.
and doesn't
Never
lose the
go.
line. And you can
It's
see
only for
he's
3, but we'd take it.
he's taking about
Take about the same ice.
yeah, and he needs to just because he's got to stay on that side of it for sure.
Yeah.
If he throws weights that the guys have to sweep it the whole way, he could be in trouble here. Like all 3 of these draws were just sort of thrown with dead perfect draw weight. So if we see one that's a little lighter out of the hand, it could lose the line early because this is definitely a spot that curls.
Pretty similar.
Hair more.
Same weight.
Same hair more. Back 4.
Yeah. Back 4.
Sounds pretty good.
Back 4.
Back 4.
Really nice touch there by Brendan Bottcher. His team is on the board at the end of 3. We have a tie game. Team Cooey 1, Bottcher 1. We will be back at the ATB Okotoks Classic after this break.
All right, fill up, dude.
We're back live in the 4th end from Okotoks for the ATB Okotoks Classic. My name is Peter Stesky. I'm here with Randy Furby. We have a tie game between Cooey and Bottcher. Cooey with the hammer in the 4th. Good start so far for Cooey's team, Randy. They started without the hammer, and after 3 ends, they're able to wrestle it away. So I think they'll be happy with how things have gone so far.
Yeah, they're. You know what? I don't remember them actually missing a shot at all in the first 3 ends here, but I expect him to go hard for his deuce here. 4th end, you know, short games and they go pretty quick. Kevin will be very aggressive to get his deuce here this end and try to get his deuces in.
Did you, when you played, did you focus as much? Like it's all over the place now. The analytics on the odd even ends. Did you put much into that when you were playing?
You know what? That is a very good question, and I can say absolutely. I didn't know how to spell analytics. I just wanted to score a deuce, score as many points as you can. I didn't care what end it was. We just went after it. You know, like I know they put a lot of emphasis on the even ends now, score a deuce and that, but I mean you can't rely on that.
Yep, keep going.
You know, you miss one opportunity, then you're out of an end. No, we went hard right from every end. It didn't matter what end.
Yeah, in my playing days as well, it's certainly not something we focused on. If somebody was going to let me score a 2 or a 3, I didn't care what end it was. I'd take the points. But I understand what they're doing with the analytics, but I think sometimes it's overdone.
Well, I think it is too, and I think, you know, even nowadays, you know, like so many teams use it. I think some team, if they decided not to, they could probably sneak up on these guys and probably, you know, do quite well without the analytics. Just go, you know, I mean, just go and score your deuce, in the first end or third end or uneven end. I don't care what end it is. You're winning the game. We always liked winning the game. We didn't matter what end it was or what the score was, but we always felt that if we're leading, we're in a good position, no matter what end it was. So, yeah, this analytics, I think, that's in all sports. I mean, there's a lot of controversy with it in baseball right now. They use it to, all the time, and there's some stuff that they could have won or should have won if they didn't. You hear the stories all the time. And I'm sure it's the same thing with curling. It's something that I probably would not use if I was a coach.
Board up.
Yeah, close. Yeah.
Board, easy.
The board waiter here from Bradley Thiessen trying to make a play on a Cooey stone and roll behind a fairly long cemetery. Rolled right underneath it perfectly.
Make the runner, Johnny. 100%. 2 corners.
I think they're going to have John maybe play the run through here. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, and that's you get punished for being close on that one. If he'd missed by a mile, he would only made the peel, but to leave the guard there.
It's just a little bit bad luck. Yeah.
Bottcher would be very happy with that. A good opportunity now for Darren for Brad to draw around into the 4 foot behind essentially 2 guards. That rock in the 12 foot is just like a guard for them.
Wonder how the official scorer would score that. It's he's an 1/8 of an inch or a 16th of an inch.
We're all there. Back 4.
Yeah, clean up. Not very good.
Back 4.
Think of incorporating that into the live stream, doing some scoring, but I don't think the guys are going to love the percentages I throw out for them. So
That's good.
slight mistake there. They certainly wanted that in front of the tee. It applies a lot more pressure to Team Cooey.
If you just get the top one, that's pretty good. Yep.
Yeah,
That one there is definitely one of those ones, Randy, you'd rather be in front of the tee as opposed to last one.
Totally. Now he's hoping John can do the exact same thing he did with his first one here.
Whoa!
Sounds like he's tight out of the hand, but
Off.
might have spread it back a little.
Oh.
Wow.
Guard.
Probably a combined half inch, less than an inch between 2 throws, but it's getting pretty messy early here for Cooey in the 4th.
Yeah, I think you'll see Kevin go around this guard potentially this time, try to get one top floor and force the issue here a little bit. So, I mean, again, it's not an awful situation. If that one yellow rock was up to 2 feet, it'd be a lot more danger for Kevin Cooey, I would say, but he's not overly worried right now.
We're just half.
Okay,
An intern guard here for Darren Molding, which is
a little high, pretty high.
Side.
Okay.
Pretty high.
Short of that red, for sure.
I guess the intern draw will still be there.
Yeah, and even the out turns there. It's
Yeah, I actually really like the out turn draw here.
yeah.
Looks like a more natural play.
Sure. Which turn you like? You can go either way. This way? Okay.
See, this is where from Kevin's perspective, I might thinking that Darren Molding, he's throwing a couple questionable out turns, and if you want to throw those out,
the back 4.
you force him to do that here. So this is where the only time that I would consider something, the out turn towards the intern, what you're forcing Darren to play. So
Top button.
Yeah, and then to balance that, I guess it's got to be what BJ feels he knows better in the hack
Sure.
as well, because he did offer him to throw the out turn.
I got light.
BJ
Hard,
chose to go with the end. And they're
Gotta go
hammering
for
that
everything.
right out of his hand.
you don't want to be led on this one.
Hard, John. Hard line. Gotta go hard. Hard. You still got.
Come on, Johnny! Oh, sit.
Okay.
Good scrub to get all of it, they could out of that stone. They just kissed off a second shot.
Real high.
Yeah, it's not real good. If Bottcher can get to the nose here on this one now, he'd be looking really good.
And there's enough space for Andy. He should have no problem if they throw
Yeah.
an anchor board. Wait, if you're ever going to touch that top guard, you're going to fan the rock in the rings anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the old saying, there's no problem until there's a problem.
And Mike Tyson,
Yeah.
you never have a problem until he
Weight's
punches you in
good.
the face.
Back
And
line.
you got a problem.
Weight's perfect. Back line.
Back line, so it's from right way.
Hurt, Brad. Come on. Hurt.
He's over curling here big time.
Oh, girl, I think he's light on this.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that.
Way better players than I ever was.
Right to it. Yeah.
Question the weight call. That's an easier shot to make with hack than it is with back line for sure.
I think they overthought that. Overthought that entirely. He was so concerned about running it back on his yellow one there instead of just throwing the rock a hack weight or whatever and let the sweepers take care of it now.
Right on it.
Okay.
So normally Kevin would like to play this come around in front of the tee. The problem he has is he could set up a double. I think I heard him say that he wants to go right on it, so that'd be freeze to the back one to avoid that in-off.
Line only.
Well, unless he's top
Line
four.
only.
Line's
John.
still a little tight.
John, hard.
Whoa.
Small bump.
Clean it. Yep.
Small bump.
Hard.
Small bump still. Hard.
Hold there. Whoa. Back eight. Whoa.
Stay high side.
Yep. Whoa.
Good spot there, Beach. Very nice.
Well, that gives Bottcher the same shot. Just follow him down.
Yeah, it sort of reminds me a bit of last end where they're just going to pile up a train of stones on top of one another, but whoever has last throw should be able to get a score.
It's a way tougher shot. I get it. Yeah.
A couple rocks from now, they could definitely bring that outside one into play, the rock that's on just above the tee line of Cooey's.
It's just deep enough that if we weld it on there,
Yeah, it's tough.
it's not easy.
Yeah.
And if he freezes me off, I feel better.
Just a reminder to fans to stay tuned after this end for the Brant Team Cooey signed uniform giveaway. You have to pick the winning tractor. I see a lot of picks going out online already.
It's a hair more. Good. Clean. Just clean.
Intern freeze here
Weight's-
for Brendan
weight's
Bottcher.
good.
Showed great touch
Weight's
last
good.
end, so I expect this to be
Little-
close.
Little bump.
Yeah.
Little bump. Back eight. Back eight. Back eight. Back eight. Don't bounce much. That's pretty good there.
Might have been overswept. I think Cooey should be able to. He's got a couple choices, but he could definitely cross the face of
But
that.
either, yeah.
Yeah.
I think you make a move. You got to move.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. You got to throw like probably back line to back 12.
Any as the typical lead says, the shot is there easy.
Yeah, did you ever notice that? Like when you ask the front end down at the other end, how much can you see? When they're throwing, they can only see like an eighth of it, but when you're throwing, they can always see half or three quarters. It's funny.
I'm going to take this one, okay?
They're not very good with fractions.
But you know what? I do think if he does get to the nose here, Brandon's going to have to make a really good shot to force him to one only.
Yeah, they're trying to throw just back 12 weight here across the face of the rock. Brendan just threw, and they should be able to lie two.
Yeah.
Almost frozen to one another on the 4-foot. Brendan will have an out, but any mistake, and it could be a 3 or 4 ender here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're playing nose with back 12, Johnny. Yeah. Okay, cool.
So you just a little more than
What you've been throwing. Yeah, you bet.
Back 12 weight. He hears to not overthrow it, or we've seen it run on him a bit.
hard, Benny.
Be a little tight on this.
Beach. Beach!
Nope.
Beach! Whoa, whoa! Whoa! Very good. Line 3.
Yeah, that's what they wanted, and now they lie 3, I believe.
That's an absolute perfect curling shot. I'm not sure he's got the double there or the tap or.
Yeah, it looks like if he tries to make the double, like both reds could jam on yellows, and you might not lose any of them.
He's playing the double. Should be able to get rid of 2. Should be able to relatively easy to get 2 of them. It's just how difficult it'll be for us to get 2 after this shot.
Yeah, like if he was playing the nose double, I don't know that he could kill anything. He's coming in off the wing here, and this is a double I would expect him to make. But quite often the shooter will spin up on these, and Kevin might just have an in-turn draw for 2, but we'll find out in a second here. Final rock of the 4th end for Brendan Bottcher.
Need to curl. Oh, and he didn't get it. He stayed for second. So he got a little lucky.
Super fortunate. It did the spin up that I thought it might, but it stopped just in time. So there'll be a draw for 2 here for Kevin. Just hit that one a hair thick, Randy, and he's got to be millimeters away from just the exact same shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, he'll take that, but he's fortunate he's not given a draw for 3 here. But at the same time, he's going to be 2 down, halfway through this game, and again, advantage Cooey.
Exactly, Kevin.
Kevin Cooey of Calgary. Open draw to the 4-foot here to take a 2-point lead into the 4th end break.
Really close. Really close.
Needs about half his rock beyond the 4-foot.
No back in here. We're there. Clean it. Clean it. Heartbeat. We gotta go. We're good. We're good.
Nice casual sweep by the boys. So stick around. We're done 4. Team Cooey leads Team Bottcher 3-1. Randy, do you have a pick? I'll let you pick first. 1, 2, or 3 for the tractor race.
3.
Okay, I'll take number 1. This week is Veterans Week, and Team Cooey is donating special custom signed jerseys to the Legion and Soldier On to help them support fundraising efforts for our veterans. They're also going to give away 2 of these uniforms right now, signed custom-made uniforms through Brandt, one of their title sponsors. So thank you to Brandt. Pick the winning race online, and you'll be eligible to win one of these 2 prizes. And we're going to get the race underway right now. Hold on, baby. The number 1 comes in for the win.
Oh, that guy drove like my wife. What's going on here? Like, sorry, Wendy. Yeah.
What a victory for anyone who picked number 1. You're eligible for the prize. Team Cooey's social media team will reach out and let you know if you have won or not. Hopefully, I'll have an opportunity to announce our winners during this stream. Shout out to Barbara, who wants to get rid of the comments so they can see the curling. So she wants to give you and I the afternoon off, Randy. So it's always nice to have comments like that. We are back live here, fifth end action. The ATB Okotoks Classic. Team Cooey with a 3-1 lead through 4 over Team Bottcher. What would your advice be to Bottcher here to get back in the game?
Go.
Bottcher's got to do what Cooey did last time. Cooey was aggressive right from the beginning through a corner guard, and he's going to, so Bottcher's going to have to make that extra special shot this end here because you know as well as I know that Cooey's going to be hit. Now the game's half over, and he's fully in control. So Bottcher's going to need a little bit of help here.
Guys, really good.
Just tap it on the nose. Yeah.
So what we've seen all week with Kevin in this situation, Randy, is he's throwing the corner, not unlike Bottcher, but he'll ignore this redstone in the top 4 and then go right around that corner guard. He's been doing it with Ben all the time.
Yeah, it's interesting. I've seen a lot of times where that corner guard doesn't even come into play after 1 or 2 shots. Everything's in the middle here, but
Stay close, Brad.
but again, he has to make this
Yep.
this freeze right now to sort of set up.
Hard, Brad. Hard. You got it. Go. Hard,
Working
Brad.
hard on this
Hard.
one for Park
Hard.
Martin.
Go. Good.
Just feathered the top. Going to slide into the back 8-foot there.
I mean, nose is good. Yep. 100%.
Maybe.
Yeah, nose or the roll, eh, Koo?
That's where the 5-rock rule helps. It helps. If it was a 4-rock rule, Kevin could choose to even go up and peel that guard if he wants. Obviously, he can't do that now.
He's doing the same shot, right?
Might be go super aggressive here and just throw another draw.
Yeah.
That was my first thought, is sort of getting to the inside of that red one at the top of the 4-foot. I mean, Benny likes again, they're in control here. Benny just likes eliminating rocks. And
But Ben likes to call shots that he can make too, right? So,
Yeah.
well, yeah, totally.
Easy control.
I mean, not that he'd stay, but he'd probably just hit it.
Okay, we're a little heavy on this one, Kev.
Clean.
We're a little firm, Johnny.
Clean. Clean it.
Clean.
We've gone for a simple shot here just to remove Kark's stone.
Right up.
Nice one, John.
Shot.
Yeah.
Good shot.
Kark and Kevin Martin,
Yeah. He just.
wonder how many curlers have father son that have won Grand Slams. Obviously, Kark and Kevin. I can think of one other duo for sure. Glenn and
Good question.
Scott Howard, but that could be it.
So that has to happen in the last 20 years, basically.
Weight's good.
Yeah, the Slam started in
Tapping
2001.
it to back
So
8.
Ooh, close.
Good question.
Probably car.
there's been some good father-son Briar winners for sure, including BJ Neufeld, who's out on the ice right now.
Oh yeah. Slams is still in its in the beginning here. I mean,
Shoot.
actually, even to see Kevin and Kark, that's pretty good. They might be the only ones, like you said, or is it
Glenn and Scott
Glenn and-
Howard have as well.
Glenn and
If
Scott?
you're on half of it, it's really good, right?
Hard to believe that old guy's still winning, man. But oh my
I think
God,
it's harder to believe that Scott won one.
that's I didn't want to go there, but yeah,
Top 4. Yeah, you're trying to throw.
Just
top
joking if
Top
you're
eight,
listening,
yeah.
Scott.
yeah.
Good, Johnny.
Nice little
No,
touch
no,
there
we're not.
by Brad. Tap that Cooey rock just behind the tee line.
Yeah, that's who it takes for
Well,
me.
I was. Okay.
Yeah.
This should be good.
Okay. Not heavy. It's not heavy.
John's just going to throw a
Hard.
come around freeze attempt here.
Hard. You're still by.
Come on, Beach. Get it by this guard.
Hard.
Let's go.
Angle this so he doesn't want to be right on the nose. Just wants to angle it 3/4 of it.
That's for sure.
That's a good spot.
Okay, Johnny, not horrible there.
Just slowing down a hair maybe, but
Yeah.
I think Barbara was actually trying to get rid of the comments as opposed to the commentary. So apologies, Barbara. And Randy and I both had thick skin, and we wouldn't mind having the afternoon off. But I'll tell you what, I'd rather watch
what
this
do we
curling.
got? Like, what are we
Not
trying?
very often you get to see two great teams at the top of the game, both undefeated this week, play one another.
Okay.
We've got a very interesting end going here, but Brendan's mostly in the way, so I can't see where the
Whatever's
rocks are.
bad.
Yeah. It's fun to have it frozen. But just get the top two.
So like 3/4.
Brad's going to whip down a peel here and try to clear out the top two stones. We heard Tarek Martin say, try to open things up here. They absolutely have to score.
He cannot afford a steal here at all. So he's got to make sure he scores at least.
Close, yeah.
Yes!
All things considered, I think it worked out. It wasn't exactly what they called, but their shot rock probably half buried on the 4 foot. 2 Kui counters still remain.
Yeah, I think that turned out well. I sort of have to have a look at everything here and sort of get it through my brain exactly what happened here. But I think overall it's pretty good. Opens it up. He's got a couple guards still up there for if he wants to draw or come around now.
You want to play to kill it.
Yeah.
That's where we can see the replay ourselves live on the Facebook. It's probably 10 or 15 seconds delayed. You're blowing up on Facebook right now, Randy. People are just loving you and your commentary.
Good or bad?
Everyone tell me I was their favorite curler, which is weird. So BJ can see just enough of this stone. He should be able to remove it. It curls in here nice. Ben's working hard to try to hold the line.
Right to it.
Actually playing the run back.
Shot beach. Very good.
Sorry about that, folks. Not being there, we didn't get a chance to see. But yeah, that was a run back instead of the direct play. Great shot by BJ. Rolled the shooter underneath. But there'll be an opportunity here, Randy, for them to for Bottcher to make a hit and roll back underneath if they choose to.
Well,
either one was.
Yeah, he almost has got to hit the one that he's looking at right now because he hits the other one and rolls behind. It'll give Kevin the easy double off the one on the left-hand side there. So I think he's got to go after the one on the left-hand side first. And don't worry
I agree, and he recognizes that. This is Brendan does not make a lot of strategy mistakes, I would say, and he knows. So for the fans at home, if they hit the rock that's on the 4 foot and roll buried, Kevin would just play off of this rock himself if he wanted to. The Bottcher's going to get rid of that rock himself, and he'll get the same result by rolling buried. If anything, he can bury in front of the tee here.
Herbert.
No. Not quite going to do it, though.
No.
Yeah.
I think you got it for second. Who's second?
Well, the only good thing is he stayed there for second.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's buried behind that guard, it looks like. So that
hard.
one, I heard it just picked up some debris at the end. Caused it to finish a little harder than it should have.
What's it look like if we play the runner? If you miss it, do you have the double off of this one, or is it high enough?
Well, he's doing this.
Yeah, and then do you have the double?
No.
Okay.
It'll be pretty much dead even if he noses it.
Well, you'd have the hit and roll under the guards, under the double centers.
Oh,
yeah, it's either that.
Kevin's not in a really good spot here. You know, he's got to.
I think I like the run back.
He's going to leave Bottcher something.
No, I think Kevin would have been happier had Bottcher made the shot they called maybe than Rock ended up.
You just got to get it past this guy.
Yeah. Make it beach.
So we're going to play the out-turn run through here.
What do you want to
Got to be a little careful. I mean, at this level, you don't expect it. But if you ever hit half a rock high, it's a disaster.
Yeah, this is a shot that the teams play a lot more than they did 15, 20 years ago. This is a shot I guarantee you we would never ever play 15 years ago.
No, we were afraid to slash it
No.
sideways into one of our own stones.
Exactly.
Yep, yes.
Great shot, Beach.
But
BJ, he's
very
not
tough.
afraid of anything, and he just runs both stones and rolls
we
over
could hit
for
and
another
roll.
center. A
Hit and
great
roll or
shot by
wide out
BJ to
turn.
get them out of some trouble.
Or the intern.
Very good. Now he can play the hit and roll or the out turn come around.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's still time for Botch to set up a
Too
deuce
low,
here.
right, if we
For
roll.
sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay, I gotcha. Top 8,
Again, just a
top
great
4.
ice surface. A real shout out to the ice maker and the ice making team. It's held up the entire week. A lot of the time you see at the club level, even if you have great ice, the ice will break down after about 5 or 6 ends, and that has not been the case here. It's been outstanding. As you can see, look how much ice Brendan's going to take here to go around this rock. This is similar to Arena.
That's all you can ask for, you know. And it's sliding really good too. It's not like this is as close to arena ice as you're going to get.
So big shot here for Darren Molding, third on Team Bottcher. Out turn, come around here. Doesn't care if they get shot rock. They want to sink one in there buried.
Weight's good.
Definitely out count
Weight's
the
good.
Kiwi rock and the 12-foot.
Yeah. We're a little heavy. Oh, no. Hair heavy.
Gotta go.
It's good. Oh. It's good.
Doesn't have to be shot rock, which is really good. That's a real good shot.
Yeah, it's a great spot. Well managed by the sweepers.
Oh, that's what I was thinking too. Nice tight guard on it. If he makes the runner, we go back button buried.
Benny's got her all figured out fast.
He does.
He's already played 3 shots there in 7 seconds.
Well, you can either come in and try to get a piece of half buried in the 4-foot or throw a guard at this thing. I think that's his only option right now. I mean, obviously the intern draw is a little more precise.
Yeah, not a lot of room to squeeze in the intern draw. I mean, and not set up any form of double. Ben liked the guard. BJ liked the guard, but
I'd say
with that ice, that's got to be what they're playing. So just a
Yeah, I
tight
did already.
turn guard here.
Come on, bud.
Someone could send me the ice maker from
two-thirds
Okotoks.
up,
If anyone knows, I'd like to give them a shout out. I don't know if you remember this, Randy, but one of the last times I saw you was in Okotoks, and being the MC of the Grand Slam of Curling, I've constantly got a microphone in my hand. So I sort of busted your chops over the microphone in front of everybody, and then karma bit. Literally 6 minutes later, you won the 50-50.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
Wait's good.
Yeah, and it was the biggest 50-50 win in Grand Slam history, about $35,000, I think, or something.
It was a big win for you. You were
tight. No,
generous.
it's
You
okay.
bought me a
We're
couple
tight.
of drinks.
It's sure no, it was only about 1,000 or 800 or something like that. But yes, I do remember that.
Yeah, it was probably about
I see.
$1,000.
Yeah.
You can, Ben. Go. Yep, yes.
Good.
Oh, just a pound heavy, eh?
I think you left him there. I think you left him out there.
Yeah, they definitely needed that one to curl more.
Yeah.
Back line, actually.
Now, Brandon can get some finish on this. He can get, he's not going to be able to make the inside roll, but he can get this quarter buried to half buried.
Yeah, fly 2.
But
I want to give a shout out to Laura Walker Crocker, who responded.
Full back 8, hey?
The ice maker is Mike Libis, and he did the provincials last year. And also give Laura a shout out, her and her husband Jeff, on their newborn that they have. Just welcomed into the world. Like to see you back on the ice again soon, Laura. And Jeff just picked up a win, I believe, last weekend with Gushu. Big shot here, Brendan Bottcher.
Back 8,
Gonna
back
make
8,
the play on
back 9.
Tui's shot
Back line.
rock.
Back line.
Nice shot.
Good.
Good shot there. Would have loved
Yeah.
maybe to roll underneath, but he's certainly in a good position to score 2 now.
Yeah, he's going to have a shot for 2 for sure. I think even after the shot he's going to be sitting 1, but Brendan will have to play the hit on it, I believe, or maybe the outturn come around for. It depends how the Rocks line up there, but the outturn for 2 or a nose hit for 2. He's going to have a choice to make here.
It's funny, had he rolled that buried, you're forcing Kevin into a run double, and I don't know if you want to force him into that because all of a sudden your 2 or 3 ender turns into a force.
Shade more.
Not sure how careful he has to be about jamming on the back here. I don't know if he would be jammed if it out counts. I think he's okay.
Closer to board.
Oh, it should be good. Should be good. Whoa.
That's what I saw.
Whoa! Whoa!
Beach! Shot, Kev. Very nice.
Yeah, really nice nice touch there by Kevin.
See, the question is, can he draw for 2, or he's got to hit that? I think he's playing the hit again, which shouldn't be much of a problem. He just threw it, so.
Yeah, good chance here for Bottcher to tie up the game, but Cooey will still be happy. Again, the old analytics, he'll have 2 hammers to Bottcher's 1 in theory with 3 ends to go, tie game. So I don't know how much. Never really talked to Kevin about the analytics. But he buys into it too much.
Hair more, yeah.
He's more old school.
Yeah.
Big scrub here by Carrick Martin, trying to carve this rock over for a skip.
Got to curl a bit.
And just enough. So it's a 2-ender in the 5th. We have a tie game. Team Cooey 3, Team Bottcher 3. Final of the ATB Okotoks Classic. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Hi, I'm Ben Hebert from Caltech. Team Cooey and Caltech have some things in common. I am one of them. But more importantly, accuracy, quality, and efficiency are values that make both our teams very successful.
We are live here in Okotoks for the ATB Okotoks Classic. We've got a great game so far, a tie game between Bottcher and Cooey battling for the title. My name's Peter Stesky. I'm here with Randy Furby. Randy, just before we get into this end, I've got a question. I'd like to thank Wild Rose for that commercial break there, sponsoring, and Caltech. But it's one thing for Caltech to sponsor Team Cooey, but do you think it's necessary that they have to hire Ben?
A little light, if anything.
That's a good question.
A questionable HR decision, I would say.
He's on the payroll. I definitely question that, how much he's there and whatnot. But, I mean, as a spokesman, there's no better person to hire than a spokesperson, I guess, than Ben Hebert. But you must be doing something right there.
I mean, they must pay him not to show up because I know in a non-COVID time, they curl a lot. But Ben actually probably, and his wife will attest to this, he probably golfs more than he curls. So I'm not sure what they're paying him to do. But
yeah, and I've seen his golf prowess also. So he can talk it up pretty good on that sport also.
So this will be interesting, Randy. The whole week in this situation.
It's probably in.
Cooey gets aggressive. He
Top 12.
throws the corner guard, and the other team will typically have a center guard and one buried around it. And Kevin has been
Probably
ignoring
top
it
12.
and having Ben throw another come
Yeah, we're
around. So this one's going to
We're all-
slide in the rings and maybe ruin that
Top
scenario. But Kevin, the rest of the weekend, had just been ignoring these yellow stones and going right around that corner with Ben.
See, I guess this is where the analytics maybe does play a little of the analytics. He wants to score 2. 6 is a very important end, obviously. I mean, he scores a deuce here, and he's definitely in the driver's seat moving forward here. And now, even now, Benny makes a double here. I don't know if he's thrown too many doubles in his whole career, or made too many of them, but yeah, Benny's not gonna be happy with it.
He won't be happy with that. I mean, Benny doesn't throw a lot of hits, but he's certainly capable of throwing hits, regardless of what he did when he played mixed doubles with Rachel Holman at the Continental Cup. But he won't be happy rolling out there. I got a question as to what I'm up to during COVID. I'm a investment advisor in my day-to-day, so the markets have been quite active this year with COVID and the U.S. election.
I don't mind going tight.
And other than that, you could golf the whole week in Toronto here. The weather's been that nice. I know you guys are battling. What's your weather like there, Randy? I know in Okotoks they had a big storm. We lost the power 3 times today. So,
Well, actually, believe it or not, I would say, I've been living in Edmonton here for 50 years or 60 years here. We had no snow on the ground yesterday, and this is probably the most snowfall in 24 hours I've ever remember getting here. Like, we just got swamped here. There's 2.5, 3 feet of snow on the ground right now in less than 24 hours. It's crazy.
So typical start to an end here where Bottcher's going to try to cap his rock that's on the button. Again, Ben would have loved to hit and stayed anywhere in the rings with his, because then Bottcher would have been forced to play it.
Mm-hmm. Now he's just going to have to make one of these run backs here and, run back, roll over for a corner guard, and then a sort of set up Team Cooey.
The big thing, as much as Kevin wants, they'd love to score a 2 here. Scoring in the 6 puts you in a position that even if you played a bit of a sloppy 7th and dropped 2, you're only 1 down coming home with the hammer, which, I don't know, analytically, you're going to be probably 45 to 50% to win in those situations anyway. A nice run through there by John.
Yeah, these top teams don't lose very often. When they're coming home tied up, they don't give up a steal very often, or when they're 1 down coming home, they definitely can generate enough offense to give them an opportunity to score 2, and most times they do.
So lefty intern come around here for Bradley Beeson.
Gotta go a little.
I mistakenly, when I met Brad, thought he was related to Nolan, and he made sure to correct that real quick. But a shout out to Nolan Beeson. It was his birthday this week. The 3-time Brier champion.
It's pretty good.
I think we'll see Johnny throw another run back here.
I would think so. Especially if he can stick it, run back and stick it right there. And
again, that's where the game's changed so much. Like,
you
used to play run backs hoping to kill that rock, and you're happy just to peel the guard. Where now I've seen where they'll try to run this red on the yellow and roll the red behind the corner. Like, they're just so precise, even with this huge weight.
Yeah, we made these by accident, not on purpose.
Whoa. Ben. Hard, Ben. You got shots hard.
Okay.
Yeah, he would have liked to run that back and stay, but he did kill the one in the ring, so I'm sure Bottcher will draw around again.
Yeah.
Felt nice
We
here.
want to be top 8, top 4 anyways.
First rock here in the 6th for Darren Molding. See, some teams, again, the modern theory of analytics, they'd rather blank here. Like, Bottcher would rather blank than allow Cooey to score 1, which I don't see how that makes sense. But
Yeah, I you know what? I guess it's what you grew up with. You know how you play the game. It just
We're right
you just
beside
start
it.
thinking that way all the
Beside
time.
it.
And it's no different than when we played. We always wanted to be winning. We didn't care what end it was. We didn't care that we were one up coming home without the hammer. We thought, well, we make all our shots, we're going to win. I guess it just all depends on how your coaching is and how you played the game the last few years and what you're most comfortable with.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, you bet.
I know statistically I won 100% of the games and I scored more points than the other team, but I lost 100% of the games that I didn't. So
Yeah.
big mistake there by Darren. I'm not sure if that picked, but uncharacteristic, not even close. And now a great chance for BJ to draw around staggered center guards, set up a deuce.
You know, that's a couple times Darren's came light. You know, last end there, we give up. The tap back, he came a little light on that one too. And this one, I don't know if it's a bad rock or the ice is going. Because that's 12, 15 feet light. It's not just a foot light. It's a huge amount of light.
Yeah, that's why I give him the credit that
room.
possibly
Okay, we're
picked.
not heavy. Wait, hold
Mhm.
on. My rock. Just don't kill the weight, Danny. Line
We
will
gotta
be
go.
fine.
We gotta go.
Go then.
Hard.
Hard,
John.
guys. Hard. Get it in at least. Go. Keep going. Jesus.
It's a little light there too.
Yeah, Ben knew he was light right out of his hand, and they couldn't do much to save it. And now Darren will get a reprieve here. He's got a second chance to make this come around, and this time it'll be well lost in there if he can get it in there.
The in's nicer, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're going to switch turns here.
Well, she must not like that out turn or something. But, the out turn looks like the easier shot. I mean, you can bury this with either turn for sure. But if he locks this one on here, it's just Kevin's going to be trying to open that front up here if he puts a good one in there.
Yeah, if he can ever get this full four bite the butt, it's going to be hard for Kevin to score.
A little more, but not. We're still,
Not heavy.
a little. Would like to go.
Would like to.
Top.
Would like to.
Top 8. I'll go, Brad.
Oh,
Beauty. Nice.
Nice touch there by Darren. A nice rebound after the first one. And now Cooey, they went from having a great chance to set up a 2 to now they're
Maybe get lucky somehow.
trying to feel their way out of this.
he's going to be hoping that he can open it up and hopefully blank this in now because he's in a little bit of trouble.
So BJ is going to take on the double peel here. Fairly makeable shot at their level.
Hard.
Back it up.
Hard,
Back
John.
it up. Way back.
Hard. Keep going.
Get over there. Okay.
Didn't quite get it out of the way. Would have loved that yellow rock to be out of play. Sort of stays guarding the shot rock. Brennan will throw another guard on top of this.
Yeah, he's got to block off the out turn raise on the red one there.
I think when we fast forward here, it could be well, if this was Brendan's last here, Randy, would you play the out turn draw around to the button here?
Couple 2 feet heavy.
Well,
Kevin's out. Right?
I mean,
That's going to be Kevin's
I
shot.
would consider it for sure. I mean, as long as you don't put it in a position where
The
Kevin
raise.
Cooey can make the raise double. I mean, it depends who you're playing. You're playing Kevin Cooey. You know he's going
Weight's
to
good.
be making a run
We're
back.
there.
But
We're over.
playing Pete Stesky, I probably will go around that.
Wait. A little high. Probably high.
I've heard of that guy.
Oh.
I don't know if there's a hole there. No. I wonder if we can get there with quiet weight. He's looking at it.
Almost might be easier to throw this one. Got a better angle, right? Like, make this double run is.
Because then I'm blocking off my draw.
I think you almost want to do this one or draw.
I don't like the draw.
Well,
No.
like Benny, I don't think we touched this one. The chance of us netting one.
I was thinking double peel in the yellows.
don't hate that, but he's going right here.
Well, then you got a 3-footer into one of them, and maybe we get the blank, maybe we score.
You don't like this, eh? Over the top, maybe.
No, I don't hate that. No, I don't hate that either.
If you nut it, it's a shit. Then he goes 2 on us, right?
Yeah. That's pretty lucky.
I think it's the draw or that.
I can also nut that in a lot of bad spots.
Yeah.
The yellow one, right?
What do you thinking, Kev?
I don't know.
The good thing about this is that, well, I guess if you miss it, it doesn't give us 2 shots out of it. This one, like.
I mean, I might have that for 2.
Ideally, we go like.
I think he can chase you and bump you guys, even if you're perfect. Because you're never getting all the way around the red one, and this yellow guard's not in play. Then we're really in trouble. Yeah, I don't hate that one either.
What's he doing if I get rid of that yellow?
This double peel's problem.
Yeah, I think so. Half a rock on the high one.
We're talking about 3 different shots here. They could draw right around everything to the 4-foot. They don't love that. So there's 2 potential run-throughs.
Okay.
The one on the center line, they were talking about running just 2 yellow guards. The shot John liked was to run that rock he just indicated, to run it onto the other red and try to open it up that way.
You like this, AB?
I like the double yellows, I think. Randy, what do you like?
Yeah, I don't like the draw. The draw will bring a steal of 2 in potentially if he elects the draw.
Saying I'm better off.
Yeah, what he wants to do is he wants to open this up and hopefully still have a chance at the blank here. But I mean, after this shot, he's going to, let's say he does make this, Brendan replaces the guard. He's got the run back blank, or he's got the choice of running the or drawing to the button for 1.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if he makes the double peel here to see what Brendan does, because Brendan could throw another one into the 4-foot. He could draw open and make you just make the draw to the lid against 2. He could guard it, like you said. He'll have choices as well. Key here for Kevin, he can open up both sides if he can run this double peel. It's his out turn, his bread and butter.
Yes! Yes! Oh, fuck off.
It's a little bad luck there, but you know what? At the end of the day, it doesn't change a whole bunch.
No, I don't think they're ever going to play the intern.
Yeah, a little bit of bad luck there. Even if that yellow one was removed, it doesn't change Bottcher's shot here. Bottcher's shot a whole bunch here. I mean, Kevin's going to be drawing for 1 if he splits the house here.
Like that.
Or hit him. Just let him steal 1.
Just gotta be a hair deeper then.
So yeah, that's what he's going to choose to do, is draw open. Doesn't make any sense to guard the run back.
Right on.
No.
And I believe they have so much
right on the
respect
tee.
for Kevin's ability that,
like
again,
right
if you
on
were
the tee.
playing me, yeah, you throw it
This
right
should be
the
pretty good
button.
ace for you too.
I try the run back. I probably
I'm
fan the
not-
top one and you score 2. But
I-
if they throw it right on the button,
Yeah.
Kevin can make the run back, kill
It's
both yellows, and if he
similar
gets
to where it's
fortunate, he
been.
might even spill his shooter out and keep the hammer.
Well, yeah, the only thing about going around the guard is you put them side by side, you're guaranteed to steal 1. This way, you're not guaranteed to steal 1. There's a difference in this call
That should be
compared to
close.
going around the guard. If you put it right side by side, that yellow one.
Right
Yeah,
on
it's
the tee.
certainly the less
Perfect.
aggressive
Right on the tee,
play.
Right.
Keep going. It's good. Clean.
It's got to be a perfect shot, but
It's good. Right on the tee. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's good. It's good. It's good. Right on the tee. Right on the tee. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Right on the tee. Right on the tee. Right on the tee. It's good. It's good. He's not playing the hidden roll.
Nice.
I won't be too sure.
Yeah.
Very good. Unless you think
If they do draw with the out turn, this is the spot where Darren missed by
Yeah,
a
sure.
mile, and BJ missed the rings as well.
I mean, I don't.
I was just going to say that.
But it's a hard.
He likes the draw.
You know what I'm saying, right? Making this roll. I guess that's not too bad. I mean, do we?
Apologies to fans listening for some of the language that came out, but
I like it. Just 'cause I don't think
it's live sports, it's emotional, and that's going to happen from time to time.
I like I like control, so I think edge of rock.
It's funny, you laughed. Randy Kark said he's not going to play the hit roll, but it turns out that's exactly what they're going to play here.
Yeah, I think they have to take that back another foot if they wanted it to draw. You know, if they wanted to draw, they could put it even back 12, or take a foot less ice if they're forcing them to draw.
Yeah. And we've seen Kevin earlier in the game. He made a perfect roll buried with the outturn. Another one he missed by probably half a centimeter. So
Seems like a lot of ice though, actually, for this hit and roll.
yeah, he must be throwing it pretty soft.
A little light.
No, or is this a draw?
Whoa! Beach!
No, they're trying to carve over the hit.
Hard! Oh, it's hard, John!
Real close.
Try.
Not quite.
Missed by nothing. So a steal of one here. Huge steal in the sixth for Team Bottcher. They lead 4-3. We will be right back at the ATB Okotoks Classic after this commercial break.
All right, we are here at the Hearing Loss Clinic in Calgary. Start of our season, brand new team. We're making sure we're getting our hearing tested so we're ready to roll. Whitney's been doing a fantastic job. And for some reason, we got Benny in the booth. Apparently he's the guy that has the most trouble listening on the team. So Benny Heaves in the booth, getting his hearing checked first. And we'll be ready to rock the ice this year thanks to the Hearing Loss Clinic. Kev's getting some hearing aids here. The oldest guy on the team, apparently they want to make sure he's ready for after playing with us, with me calling line after a year. He's going to need some hearing aids because I'm going to be yelling a little too loud. So they're getting them all doctored up here.
Should help a lot.
We're back here in the seventh and at the ATB Okotoks Classic. Team Bottcher just stole one in the sixth to take the lead over Team Cooey. Cooey with the hammer here in seven. My name is Peter Stesky. I'm here with Randy Furby. Huge steal there for Bottcher.
Oh, it changes the complexity of the game totally here, and obviously Kevin's he's going to try for a blank end. Obviously, just by having that first call there, you know, if he was going for multiple points, he would have thrown a corner guard, I believe. So he's going to be trying to blank this end, and Bottcher's going to try to force him to one or steal one.
Absolutely, Bottcher would love the force here. Some teams.
Top four.
Some teams that go
Yep.
in the rings and let a team blank. I've seen that happen, but Bottcher, he's got enough familiarity with Cooey. He knows exactly how he wants to approach this situation.
Yep. Hard.
I've got some of that
Hard,
Alberta
hard,
beef on my
go,
mind.
go,
That
go,
last
go, go,
commercial
go.
there makes me hungry. It's almost dinner time where I am here.
Good.
And just for the fans, so you know, Canadian Angus is going to be giving away tomahawk steaks at the next event in it's in BC next week in Penticton.
Hey.
Tune in, KooTube.
Yeah.
And we'll be giving away
More than I
some of
just
those
served.
lovely pieces of beef. Thank you to Canadian Angus.
Sounds great. I got a big tenderloin going in the oven in about 20 minutes here.
Perfect.
There you go.
You can go a
Huge
little
one,
bit
yeah.
though. Okay, go then.
That one slipped just
Hard.
behind the tee line. From
Line's
Carl
good.
Martin. Ben
Come on,
playing
Johnny,
the
go!
extra crease here.
Hard. Where are you?
A little tight line here,
Oh,
too.
get it in. Beach.
Yeah.
Whoa. Sweet, guys. Oh, I thought I added on that one.
Funny, there's four rocks already in play, but I mean, the blank is still a very high probability in this end because most of the rocks are collected in the rings close to one another and won't be too hard for Cooey to clean up if he chooses to. So I once heard Russ say on TSN he's impressed by the curlers now. They can throw it so hard that they remove 6 or 7 stones at once, which you've been around longer than I have, Randy. I've never seen anyone make a septuplet, so I'm not sure what our two-time world champion was talking about there. But
Yeah.
Top button.
Yeah.
Well, I think with ice conditions and rocks here, it's easier to move multiple rocks, obviously. You know, I mean, it's not, you're not playing on 12-second ice where the rocks don't even move, but
plus the striking.
But they are.
Don't forget those striking bands.
That's true.
Little light.
No, it's a hair tight.
Gotta go.
Working hard on this outturn draw from Brad Thiessen.
Go. I would probably just frozen.
Gotta drop it.
I think frozen's pretty good if you can get it frozen to that thing.
Okay.
Yeah. That's okay there.
Probably okay. Perfect. You'll chisel this a little better.
Yep. The only other shots that run the yellow guard this way.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Sorry?
Yeah, my initial thought was they would
But
run the guard.
It
But
goes out to here. Then
That's no
line
good.
is gone, right?
I think if it's half of that guard onto the red one there, that middle red one might go right back onto that. Might just touch the side yellow on there and go right back onto the yellow potentially.
yeah, just ricochet. This is where we need the ability to diagram up these shots
What do you like, Beach?
with a
You don't think you
telestrator.
can make this, kill this?
We'll work on that for Penn
Yeah, you can.
Next week.
I could draw on my phone right now, but nobody would see it. This is where we wish we had time clocks.
I think the 2 shots are this. I think we tap this on the nose.
Are we crazy to play this?
No, I don't mind that. The problem is, I just wish I could.
Because to make it, you're probably going to feather ours and chisel it anyways and unlock those if you make the shot.
Yeah, but what are you thinking he's going to do? He's not going to hit those.
Okay, then we got 2 in the rings. I mean, he's and no
He's not
guards.
hitting those, and so
We got.
he's still buried behind these staggered.
I don't think it's going to be buried.
I don't think he guards. Like, I don't think he'll be guarding. What I like about this shot is that it comes off the back end of this one right into the fourth. It's coming in right there and it's pushing this one a couple inches, which is making this shot better than this one, right? Because we got a bit more, we get an angle on
I
it.
mean, if you make this, it's going to chisel this a little bit.
And ideally, what we
Should
do,
open this up a little bit.
about this guy is this. This goes to here, and it can't make a double on it because it goes into the hole, right? We just don't want to push it up and let it roll.
It's interesting watching the dynamic here. Just notice BJ's just off to the side on his own, and this is the reason why they have John in the rings.
like
BJ's
that.
perfectly
Okay,
comfortable
I'm in.
taking a back seat strategy-wise, but if he does speak up, he's usually got something to say that they'll listen to. So
Keeps the blank alive, John.
Well,
if we play
you know,
that shot,
it's
eh?
only the seconds rocks too, and they're taking a long time to do this. And I know Kevin normally plays quite slow, but this is, you know what?
You're hoping these kind of line
The call you decided right here is not going to make or break this end either.
no, I think this is why I said I wish we had some time clocks going
Yeah.
right now. Tell you, in a shocking upset, the Cowboys are defeating
Sure.
the Steelers
If you make
13
this,
to
there's a
9
90%
right
chance
now.
we're getting the
Please
blank.
mention it. Benny
Yeah.
is a diehard
It's like
Steelers
2/3,
fan.
eh, John?
Yeah, it's only in the third quarter. I'm
Oh
kind
yeah,
of
Dallas going to lose.
I got my eye on that. There's lots of time left on that one too, unless they score. I'll kick a field goal right now, so to go up.
So they
7.
decided to go with what you and I thought they would.
Yeah.
Right away is to peel this guard.
Yep. Hard.
I think I want to throw it on to the red one, though.
Okay, well.
Looks like a miss.
Okay,
Oh, this isn't a very good shot, I don't think.
Okay.
Just like I said.
No, it's
just throw
probably
everyone
pretty
now.
hard to peel that and miss the back one if you had to, but
Y3.
I'm not sure he was playing it that way, but took a lot of time to decide that.
I mean, an obvious call here at the club
Halfway
level, you
or-
just play the double on the 2 reds
Guard
and
the yellow
Y3.
mostly?
Yeah.
Or
If they did that, this end will be virtually a guarantee to be blanked. So
Yeah.
Brendan's going to throw the guard.
Just halfway this time, Brad.
Final stone of the 7th end for Bradley Thiessen.
Just clean, heavy clean. Hard.
Did you ever play with a left-hander, Randy? Very much.
Scott Pfeiffer.
Where's
Oh,
good?
obviously.
We're half.
Just one of the best of all time. That's it. Yeah.
A couple games I played with him.
might need to. It's close.
Did you have to do much differently when he was throwing?
A little bit, yes. Yeah. His intern would definitely move more than ours a little bit. It never ran. Anybody says that the rocks run the same from a left-hander to a right-hander, I haven't played enough with one for sure. It curls a little bit more. His in-turn to our out-turn, but it's something you could use as a weapon at times also. And when he was playing good, it definitely helped us a lot. People can follow him down.
Some good shots.
It's interesting that all those battles you had over the years with Kevin, like your team was a little later when he got Mark Kennedy, but the matchup of Mark
Pretty aggressive.
and his prime against Scott and his prime, 2 left-handers at second, 2 of the best to ever do it, would be interesting to watch.
Yeah, they definitely had some battles there. Even today, they're great friends before and after. But I know each one would never give either one an edge at all. And you know what? Because of it, they both became such great curlers. Competing against each other.
Big scrub by the boys here.
Go Beach! Go Beach!
So Kevin's elected to try to
Peace!
for a deuce here,
Good spot.
or more.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that call sort of dictates he's no longer looking for the blank end.
It's a little heavier, Darren.
We're going to be in for some action here in the 7th. Another great Alberta set. Well, you played with one in Donnie Walchuk, but I always thought Carter Rycroft was very underrated as well.
I think Carter Rycroft, if people look back at film right now from 2001 when he played with Kevin Martin, he was totally an underrated sweeper. This guy gave 110%. Just go back and watch the way this
We're close.
guy, he's what people should look at to see how sweeping should be done.
We're there.
Yeah, he was super fit, great
Tapping
team
just a
player,
hair.
shot maker.
Tapping a hair.
Great guy off the ice.
You can hear the grunting trying to drag this one fast, but it just kisses off the top 12, and that is not a very good result at all.
All of a sudden, this could line it up here to sit 3.
I don't think that could have finished in a worse spot, really.
No. And Kevin's looking at it too.
What kind of weight, Koo?
I think right on the nose, he's sitting 3.
Is it a nose or do you got to roll it under to make it?
To make what?
I think if they want, they could even cross the face, Randy, and drag their shooter underneath.
If you're anything
I agree.
it doesn't.
Well, the key is to get something in here.
Okay.
I mean, you can play it soft too. You got options, then you're just chiseling this into here.
The talks are starting to add up here, though.
Yeah. The only thing is if we go low and we chisel that in there, he has off his 2 coming back, and it's behind his zillion.
No,
Yeah.
like hack weight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Hack's fine.
Hmm.
I don't
Do you?
like it.
Why is it? I mean, I'm not sure.
It just has to go deep enough. It's not
Yeah.
your shot though. BJ's shot. You're going tight. Okay, Beach.
The only time I ever played you, Randy, you guys actually had Carter
Same beat,
Rycroft
sorry,
on your
missed that.
team. and a hunter's
Okay, I like
field
that. Yeah.
before you guys picked up.
Shouldn't do a lot in here.
You're right. You're right.
That was 2000.
Yeah, well, 99, yeah. So
And
BJ, they're obviously not throwing a lot of weight at this
yeah,
It's good.
based
I'm,
on the
also,
broom.
You gotta go.
I'm surprised at that
Hard
also.
draw,
a
leave
little
it.
bit.
Hard, never
I
leave
mean,
it.
he definitely wants to remove
Push as
both
hard as
rocks.
you can.
I would think.
Drill it. Let's go.
Yeah, I would
There you
have
go.
guessed normal weight would have been
Yeah.
correct, unless it's not lined up as
We're
nice
way
as we
on the-
thought it was.
See, and this is horrible.
Yeah, I just don't
Yep,
get
yep,
that
yep, yep, yep.
weight.
It
choice.
wasn't even hack weight, but I don't get that. I don't understand that at all. But
No, I mean, to me, it just looked like they could whip down normal weight. Now they're right there, and on top of it,
Yeah.
maybe the angle was different, but it looked pretty lined up.
maybe that's why I'm retired.
Yeah, it's maybe why I never won anything. Actually, it wasn't the only time I played. Only time I played you in Canada. We went over to Switzerland back.
I was just going to say that.
Yes.
I think it was the first time I met you. It was in we were in Bern.
Yeah. 2 Canadian teams out of 24 or 32 in the event. We played each other in the final, and the better team won. That being you.
That's I think I brought John Morris and
Brent Lang.
Brent Lang. Yeah.
And then the next year you had Langer again, but you had McDonald. Brent McDonald.
Yes. I think that's another thing that teams don't do enough, and it's kind of a lost art, is playing with other players. You know, I used to relish that. I used to love playing with Al Hackner. I played with Russ Howard, Ed Leafwich. Players don't get that opportunity to do that no more. They're so stuck with their own teams now, and with these points for the Olympic trials, they can't afford a weekend off from their team, and they want to take chances. So, I really enjoyed playing with those other guys a lot.
Yeah, and I watched you guys do that. So I did that in my career. I got a chance to play with Al Hackner. I got a chance to play with Eddie Wernick when I was playing with, skipping my own team, and I'd love the opportunity to play with others. Big shot here from Darren Molding, trying to get out of a minor mess here for Team Bottcher. Playing off his own stone.
Okay. Oh boy.
And I don't know. I don't think
That didn't turn out very good. He's got a nose hit now. I believe he's going to play the nose hit to sit free.
I don't even think Vic Router could find a positive in that one.
He's got 3/4 of it, 2/3.
The only good thing is it's still early enough in the end that Bottch has got 2 rocks to come here. That he's could be able to make a double somewhere
in
along.
here, right?
Yeah, they make this short
just,
little one. They
shade high
save the
with
shooter.
board.
They're going to have
Get that in there.
5 of their rocks in the ring.
Sure.
Heard DJ yell down he wants to throw at
love
least
this side.
control. I like
You got tons of room here, Koo, low.
some of the guesswork
Whatever
out.
weight Beach sees.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like his version of hack weight in his last one.
Yeah, I like that, Beach. You're feeling it.
No, it was a pre-COVID hack.
You want to
Didn't
be
put
like
on
nose
weight yet.
men or a millimeter high. What do you want to see there? Is that lots?
That looks good for control. I love that. Yeah, throw a good one, Beach.
So control
Very
weight
good.
here for BJ. Just a short little run through. The key will be the angles he sets up on the one he runs back and where his shooter goes.
Whoa.
The shot itself is extremely
Clean.
simple.
No.
Me.
No.
It's me.
Whoa. Yep. Yes.
Don't know if they love how they lined that up. I
Yeah.
a little bit of mumbling there.
I can throw much weight.
We don't need to stick our shooter.
Yeah, we need to make sure the yellow doesn't just fly.
Still a very dicey spot here for Bottcher with 2 rocks to come for him.
Yeah, I think he's got to play something with that yellow one on the top there, and hopefully doesn't leave Kevin a double or some simple shot off the top there.
Yeah, the 2 reds I don't think are lined up on the center line as well as Kevin would have liked them to be. They're not overly
It's best
usable
to
unless
Go a little
they
like
sort of
roll
angle to the edge of the
yellow
buttons.
a little that way. You can. Yeah, you good. Yeah.
We just got a shout out from Wild Rose, just a great sponsor. They've been sponsoring Cooey's team for over 15 years.
We'll throw easy then. Yeah.
So I heard
basically wanna
easy
roll it
weight.
so
Every team
we're dead
has
behind the yellow.
their own
The yellow
version
board,
of
that is.
weight, whether it be control, bumper, belly, whatever.
Hit 2/3.
I assume this will be just board
Is
weight
it worth throwing
ish.
it a bit harder and trying to make the back ready?
Yeah, he's just got to be careful he doesn't leave Kevin a double here. So he's got to be careful where the shooter goes here.
Let's go. Yeah. Love it.
Hurts.
Medium.
Hurts.
And that
Okay.
is absolutely not what they wanted. Although,
Well-
might have stayed for second,
Intern draw.
second, third.
Well, he better hope he stays for second because Kevin draws top 4-foot here, and he's gonna have to use that one to come off it. And Kevin can't afford to go up for that yellow one yet. He's got to be the aggressive here and draw the top 4-foot.
I mean, I know what you're saying. I mean, if he makes this into here,
Then we have off our
Probably
red too,
playing.
and you have off this.
or I've got off that, if this one's not in the way. I don't want him to be able to
Beach. Let's just make sure we get third shot in the top of the house. Anywhere in there is good. Full 8, bite the 4.
Or what do you like? You like it getting lost in there?
I don't think we're gonna have trouble putting
No, me neither.
Yeah, it's 14 and a half.
Something like there.
On this one here, Randy, they don't. Does it matter if they get it all the way to the
You've been
4
throwing
foot?
14,
They
5-ish.
need to outcount the Yellowstone on the wing, correct? That's
Okay,
the
John.
goal.
Yeah, I know. Other than the fact, you know,
Just a little
that
positive draw.
if it's not there,
I want to know.
you know, it could be half open. He might be able to use to slam it onto his yellow one there, or the one that Bottcher is going to throw here. Personally, I think you have
3 feet
4-foot here, and that's you know, even if you leave it a little open, just in case it does make that little angle raise, or coming off that one angle flop there, he could use it. But you're right; it doesn't matter. It all matters what. I know it sounds silly. It matters what Johnny's going to do next one. Really, see, Johnny's calling this to be off Overbeard. Now he wants it on the other side there. So.
Yeah, put her in there.
Give me a little more ice.
This is probably a little wider than what we've seen for these draws. Kevin's
I got
first
good.
in the 7th
Heavy
end.
anything. Weight's good.
Didn't feel heavy to me.
Potentially set up a huge score here.
Gotta go.
Weight's good. Weight's good. Weight's there.
Just bite the button.
No, we're all the way to ours.
Oh, then.
Can't be deep.
And they swept it a bit. Again, with going out that
no,
wide,
no.
they might have thought it was a hair slower.
Good.
Did it stop in time?
we dead freeze. It's good.
Yes and no, not really. They need to stop
I'll be
another,
happy
what,
to give 'em a
foot
deuce.
higher?
So it did not stop in time. So obviously, if he plays a freeze here, Kevin will not be able to score more than one. Well, he might have the side of the button. He's gonna have to draw the side of the button for 2 here. So he came 6 inches too heavy.
Yeah, I think it's just.
Yeah, it's a big mistake, actually. I mean, they could have afforded that to be full 8. They could not afford it to be where it is. Full 8, they're almost guaranteed to get their 2. But still a huge pressure shot here. Brendan Bottcher facing
I don't
2
want to.
rocks on the 4-foot,
Hey,
trying to play the
weight's good.
intern
T.
freeze.
Okay.
T back 4.
Well, we're
Back 4.
hair heavy.
Back four is fine as long as it curls.
It's gotta sit.
It's not curling as much.
Sit down, you pig.
No, it's not curling nearly as much. Weight was perfect.
I don't think you can get that out.
Good shot.
The question is he sitting one or two?
It's them, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like second shot is Bottcher.
You can only hit a quarter of this.
I can make 10.
This is where these two rocks in the top 12-foot of Cooey's come back to bite them. They're not set up very well to use.
Unless you hit this real thick and just try and call that
Into the yellow, I know.
graze this.
Yeah.
I could definitely.
Well, he's looking at playing some shot off of the yellow one there, which is
Hard not to
looks
do too
very
much.
difficult. But
Yeah, I think he signaled
Okay, guys.
high hard one yellow into the rock in the back four and have it sort of crotch of two red ones that are in the 4-foot and hopefully push that yellow far enough out the side for. I don't know that it would be there for any more than two.
yeah, that yellow one's got to kick up 3 feet. Yeah, you would think that the draw the side of the button for two is easier than this shot, but you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if he gets 3 or 4 here.
Yeah, I mean, I never bet against this man on this kind of shot. So, really nice touch by Bottcher on that one. He didn't have the same line as Kevin, but perfect draw weight. So, we'll find out in about 8 seconds here whether he saved his team or not. Outturn peel, Kevin Cooey.
Yep. Whoa. Roll it.
Roll, Johnny. Attaboy. Boy, Coo.
Piece of cake for Cooey. He picks up
Okay.
2 in the 7th to take the lead 5-4. We'll be back for the 8th end of the ATB Okotoks Classic after this break.
Well, boys, we are on the way for a little golf match this afternoon. 2010 Olympic gold versus 2019 Briar champs. That's what we're going to call it. I don't know why we're going to the bank, our bank of choice, ATB Financial. I'm not sure why we're going there to take out money, but just in case there's a miracle and we lose, we got to pay. They're going to be going to the other ATB, probably taking a lot more than we're taking out because they're going to have to pay us. Here we are. Just going to zip through. Johnny's got more money than me, so he's going to be taking money out of his account today.
I'm funding today's golf game, funded by Johnny Moe, eh?
Today's golf game funded by John Morris and ATB Financial.
You know what I like about the ATB drive-thru? It fits trucks. There's room for trucks. Because a lot of the other ones, a little tight. All right, we got her. Let's head
We're
golfing.
Fresh cake. Let's roll, baby.
We're back for the 8th end of the ATB Okotoks Classic. Team Cooey leading Team Bottcher 5-4. My name is Peter Stesky. I'm here with the 6-time Canadian champion, Randy Furby. Great shot there by Kevin, but one you'd expect him to make, but he made it look pretty easy.
Yeah.
I got all there,
Again,
Johnny.
it's his outturn. He loves his outturn hits, and Jarrett, more often than not, he's very close on that, and he made that look pretty easy.
Good. Right here. Easy.
So these are the best situations in curling. You're one up without or one down with coming home. Can really create an exciting 8th end. Obviously, Bottcher's going to go throw the corner guard here. I would anticipate he might use the opportunity to throw both guards.
Yeah, I know. We always wanted to be winning, even one up without. We were confident, but I see where the game is going now. You know, all Bottcher does is have to make one good shot this end, somewhere from his second or third, and he's going to have a really good opportunity to score 2.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, shout out to the ice maker. The fact that they can play and make any shot on this ice is that helps even more. You get on some club ice that's slower and straighter, and it just takes your ability to make anything soft with finesse out of play.
Oh, line's
So
fine.
that's why we've
Go then,
seen
get
such
over
a
for
high
weight.
level of curling throughout this final game
Especially
here.
that stone.
We're going to
Hard,
have Ben
John, come
for a
on.
high center guard.
So Cooey's
Gotta
playing
go
this
hard,
game
boys. You really gotta
and
go
that-
on this one.
as
Come
if
on.
He has to
Come on,
steal
Johnny.
one here with his double guards here,
You're good.
which is
Oh.
very interesting.
Oh. Great sweeping, guys. Great sweep.
Yeah, it just shows he's patient. He's not afraid that if Bottcher gets in there first, he's not afraid if he has to go chasing. Because a lot of teams, to your point there, Randy, would have just thrown the come around with Ben.
For sure.
Mark Martin, also one of the nicest guys in curling.
Top
Line's
8.
good. Top 8.
On the
Top
intern come
Line's
around
good. Make
here.
sure.
Top 8.
Hard.
Top 8.
Full 8, guys.
We should be
Whoa,
full 8.
whoa.
We're full 8.
Almost fighting for, I think.
Yeah.
Some
Perfect spot there.
great for
I think it's perfect there, yeah.
Yeah.
Still leaves the 4-foot open, so Bottcher has a draw for 2. A lot of the teams slide that in way too deep. They sweep it all the way, especially at the club level. They'll sweep that right in to
Top
bite
8.
the button, and you're just shrinking your scoring area. Kevin's going to have John follow this rock down and just try to freeze in front of it.
Weight's good.
Wait only, line.
This is definitely where
not.
the game has changed in the last 5-6 years. Is
Wait
this,
only.
Weight's good.
this calling of this end here?
No, wait
This is
only,
something we would have never seen
all
years
you
ago.
guys.
This type of end.
It's on it a little thin, Benny.
No, in the past,
Yeah, you can
it
go now.
probably
Hard.
would have been Ben throws it on the 4-foot.
Hard,
the
you
other
can
guy
move
goes
this an inch.
top
Hard. Keep
corner,
going.
you
Keep
throw a
going.
tight
Even if it's
center.
an inch.
Shut
They
down.
Yeah.
can draw around that. Play would come to the 4-foot a lot sooner.
14-5.
Their ability to make the run backs and the double run backs and the double peels, just it allows them to call an end more aggressively like this because they can get out of trouble far more effectively than
Yeah,
what
totally.
Top 12.
players used to be able to do.
Speed's not bad here. Yeah.
A really nice shot there by John. Bradley will be following it down with his out turn.
We're just top 12 though. Whoa. We gotta go late. Here. It's
No,
still.
line's okay. Line's okay. Line's fine.
Yep, gotta go. Gotta go. Tight. Just beside that one.
They liked the weight out of his hand. I don't know if he was in a different path, but that ended up not really being overly close for weight.
I think it's okay. Now, I'm not sure what Kevin does now. Does sort of the out-turn freeze or coming in there again to set something up? See, he's thinking 2 or 3 shots ahead.
If we're on the top 12 in this
Again.
inning, who gives a shit?
This is Cooey's 7th time out here.
It just it doesn't do us much good if he makes whatever.
Ever want to try to bump our center guard with like back 12, back 8?
No, it's like we're not looking too bad here, guys.
Okay, what do you like? Fair. Cool.
You know what, even if it comes right into there,
Okay.
you probably throw the same weight.
Yeah.
So it's funny, you have that long talk, but really they're just going back to the original call that Kevin called right away. These are the type of discussions I think they're going to want to avoid once they're playing under a time clock format.
Yeah, I agree.
Sure.
Intern draw again for John here.
Definitely
Going out
less.
quite a bit wider than his last one, though.
Weight's good. Yeah.
Line. Hard, guys.
Well, let's get off this thing.
Whoa,
Hard,
whoa,
go!
whoa, whoa, whoa.
We're trying
Whoa.
to.
They actually stopped sweeping that one, hoping it would just feather off of that tight yellow guard, and they weren't able to do so. That's not a very usable stone now for Cooey.
Just on the red.
Not yet, but you know what? I'm not totally sure what Bottcher does here, what Brendan does here. He's,
Just yeah.
again, Bottcher's got to get 2 here.
For sure.
Yeah, sort of the key setup shot of this whole thing was Carr, and it sounds silly because it's only lead stones, but Carrick's rock stopping where it did leaves a lot of the forefoot for Brendan to draw to. But if Cooey was ever to whip an out-turn draw around everything, that changes things real fast.
Yeah.
What do you think the speed is? Similar?
Playing a corner freeze to the top red one there.
Yeah.
Again, it's got to be precise.
Yeah, I mean, we see how much finish there is here late, Randy. If they were to, have this rock stop where they want it to, it could almost act as another guard for Kevin, though, to come around themselves.
It will. But the thing is, if he doesn't do this, then Kevin's going to be corner freeze into the yellow one there. So gotta be careful he doesn't chap off that and give him a double.
It's good. It's good. Good shot.
Needs it to stop. No panic there by the sweepers.
Good. It's a pretty good shot.
Yeah, really nice throw there. Great weight. Now, what do you do? This is where they would have preferred John's rock to be in the hole. Then it would be usable.
I mean, he's still, once he does something here, he might leave us something, right?
Do you have a raise of the 7?
Oh. You get one here.
Okay. Just don't know if it goes in there.
Even back 4.
Okay. I'm not sold this goes in there.
Here's the play we knew they eventually would have to make. They're going to play the out-turn draw right into the back 4 foot.
Oh, he wants to go back.
Yeah, it's like you said.
Reach. No, it's a good shot.
Key here is to be buried. You don't care if you're in front of the tee, but you certainly need to be shot rock.
Wait's close. Easy.
If you're going to be all the way to the 4 foot. Short is definitely better than heavy here.
Just there.
Wait's there.
Clean.
Wait's there. Back 4.
Whoa, then. Yep. Whoa.
John.
Yep. John. Whoa. Off.
It's there, guys.
Off. Yep.
Whoa.
Well, that works pretty good.
Pretty much perfect. What a great throw, and
Where is he for
well managed by the sweepers again. Good communication.
But if Bottcher can put this in the right spot, though, he's again, he'll look very good for scoring the deuce if he can put this one in there. But at the same time, this is a very important shot. He misses this, and he could be in a boatload of trouble.
Yeah, he cannot afford, and the typical miss you see here is just a pound or two heavy, a touch and go. That would be death in this scenario. Could be a game ender.
Hair light.
Yeah.
Close.
Close. It's close. Stay close. Brad.
Rather try to carve this over for line. Really nice touch there by Darren.
Well, is that any good?
Pick it.
Freeze high.
Okay. Lock it on. Either that or we shave the pick.
No. Just freeze high.
Okay.
We're talking about the freeze.
Yep.
Ben mentioned the sliver pick. That looked pretty tough. I'm going to go with the freeze here.
Yeah, the pick isn't worth it, but again, this has got to be in the right spot, though, so he doesn't have a run back to sit to there or to get that back red one.
Line
As is
6.
BJ's final stone
Roo,
here.
we gotta go on this one. No. Lines. Go then. Go. Just it'll curl. Hard line. Hard, Benny. Get it just past this one. Hard.
Good spot, Beach. Yeah, very good.
Does he take a run at it and hit half a rock,
Dead
and
nose? Yeah.
or can you hit it on the nose? Can
I
you
think
get to the
you
nose?
can nose that in light too,
yeah.
for sure, Randy.
Not a ton of weight. We want to make sure that stays in the back.
I think you want to throw weight in this one. I think you hit this on the nose, you're going to be sitting 2, right, Mike? Right, Pete?
Yeah.
Right?
And to your point, if you throw a little bit of weight, the red one that you're running back, that you're initially hitting, it's going to spill. If you throw some weight, it's going to spill out, and Cooey won't be able to use it. So I like the. You have to throw a little bit of weight at this for sure.
Yeah.
This is the one that's stuck forever.
Yeah. Do you? I can nose that, no problem. And do you think the one we're not gonna go over the top?
It's interesting to hit that, maybe.
We could go over the top.
I think he has to make a play on the red one because Kevin's going to make a play on that one for sure.
Yeah, that's why Kevin threw it there. He knew that Bottcher would have to make a play on it.
But like, I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying I don't want to play the shot. It's just.
Honestly, if you could hit this rock and end up with something over here,
Would you ever throw like good easy? And like the red's gonna go far enough back there. I just don't want that.
when this is done, right? He's going to use your shooter to get off this one.
For sure.
I mean,
Might
nose
be
seems pretty
better
good,
if we
doesn't it?
leave some junk back there.
I guess I probably can't get very low.
Not very low. Not very
If we could ever just be a tit hair high.
So it looks like it's the nose hit. No matter how much weight they're going to throw.
Okay.
Be red onto yellow onto red. Both reds should be gone.
Yeah.
Executed properly. Bottcher will lie 2. And you'll see Kevin, he'll be forced to play that out turn freeze, depending on where the shooter go. That's sort of the key here. The ricochet effect doesn't look too difficult. It's where your shooter ends up.
Weight's good.
Good, easy.
Again, I'm not throwing a whole bunch of weight.
Good. Sit. That's a good shot.
I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, we're 1-2.
Yeah, they lied 2. That red rock is there maybe to come in off of if you're Cooey.
I don't think it's quite there.
Pretty good shot, eh? They didn't.
That's
the red
a very
didn't
good
pop
shot.
out too far.
Well, I think I just do this. What are you guys looking at?
I'm not sure what Kevin has here, even to set something up for his next one.
Yeah, that's the best for sure.
Sit there.
And even if you dead nose it, it's not horrible.
Yeah, should have something, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But even I got to stay there. To me,
We got over 2,000 viewers, Randy. I'd like to say it's Bottcher versus
think
Cooey
more
that
like
brought
board.
them in, but I'm pretty sure it's you.
Yeah. I'd like to too,
Yeah.
but both me and you know better. We've been around this game a long time.
I get paid 1/1000th of a cent for every viewer, so I've made $2 or so.
Okay, so Kevin's gonna.
just the sliver high and just chisel that. Good hack for sure does that. Yeah. Right there. Shade more.
Probably wants the 8 here, I bet. You want the 8 here, Kev?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Good hack.
I think is he slicing the first yellow onto the other yellow,
Cup.
hoping that it redirects and
Maybe
maybe
hairless.
kills
I can
this
probably
rock
hold
in
it.
the top 4. Like he's always going to have
Maybe
his
hairless.
red to come off of on his next one.
So Brandon will come off that one though. You know what? I'm not sure what he's doing. Obviously trying to set something up for his next shot, but I'm not sure
They could have spoke a little louder so we could have heard them, but not throwing a lot of weight.
Whoa, whoa! Never, BJ. Hard.
Hard beach.
Hard beach.
I think he wanted to set up an.
Not bad, Kev.
I think he was trying to set up an in off when he does have that.
Not bad.
He's got 2 in offs now. The rock he just threw and the other red.
Yeah. I think Brandon's got to take the one away, the one on the tee line. Take that one away and let give Cooey a shot at it. Let him go. You know.
Yeah.
What if he drew into the edge of the
you're right.
edge of the butt, and that in theory sort of takes it away as well.
Let's see that setup.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And try to spin up a little. Yeah.
If we roll all the way to here and he makes it,
Yeah. It's a yeah.
it's going to be hard to miss, right? Because
Yeah.
the shooter's going to be right in the hole. What if we throw a weight where we can't roll the ball?
Yeah.
Easy is not holding.
I like easy, but yeah.
Ideally, we're trying to just roll. Yeah, to bite the button. Yeah. Okay.
We're going to throw easy weight, play the hit and roll, take away Kevin's in off, and try to just sort of edge their way over to the button. They don't want to roll all the way across because Kevin will still have his own in off. They'd love this just to roll into the full 4 foot, maybe an inch buried. And then Kevin, he won't have a whole bunch.
Just easy. Just easy.
Brad trying to carve this over.
That's a good shot.
I think it's perfect.
Nice.
Yeah, it looks to be just about as well as you can walk it down the ice.
Hit the nose and move it here.
Even if Kevin makes a double, Bottcher will still have a shot for 2.
Yeah, but I gotta get second. Right? Like
Not sure what Kevin has here.
Shave it with back 8, but yeah, it's probably there. It's really, really.
Oh, I see. He's thinking of just
If this comes up.
Oh no, you're better off. You're becoming
just herring that top one and sit in second shot and make it difficult for him to score 2, kind of.
Yeah, Bottcher would have to pick it out and somehow squeeze it through the hole
I don't
without
think it's ever touching this.
touching his back one.
It's coming. If it's touching this, it's coming back on here.
It's
never
super
coming
hard
back to the
shot
flag.
though to make this nose for
Chance of
Kevin and still be shot. I think the in off's
think so,
easier.
I think if it's coming back to the 5, it's too thick.
It might be easier. I think a lot of the times I hit this a little.
Yeah. No, you don't have it all.
He'll have this double.
He'll have this too.
Or this double.
He'll have
bump.
You know, even if Kevin comes
think
off
so.
that
If you make
outside
this,
red
it'll-
one, I don't know if he can get to the top 4 foot and just kind of spin it right back. It'd be a good shot too.
I don't think he has a
You know,
shot
if you
for
can catch
2.
the back end of the top one there. Yeah.
If we are a little thin and we hit it into this, it's close.
Well, that's a big miss, John.
I think what they're hoping with the in off is they can kill both rocks that are full 4 foot, and the shooter that's spilling in spins up a bit,
It's just
sort of half throws into what would be third shot right now. Again, a telestrator would really come in handy here, but I failed grade 9 art, so I'm not very good at drawing. So
right where I want it.
Like me, just skinny half. Third? What do you think, Koo? Like a third of a rock?
That's half is too thick.
Yeah. All right, let's make it. Make it.
Little less.
I'm sure he'll be close on this.
Trying to
It's
hit a
his, like I
third,
said,
right?
favorite turn.
Yeah, this is again, it's his bread and butter. So outturn Peel here for Kevin, trying to save the game for his team. Currently leading by 1, but facing 3 Bottcher counters.
Oh.
Wow. That is nearly impossible to do. Yeah. So it's a 3 on the board for Team Bottcher. They are your winners of the ATB Okotoks Classic. Congratulations to Team Bottcher. For your Team Cooey fans out there, we will be live next week for the Ashley Home Store Curling Classic in Penticton, BC, starting November the 13th. Thank you for tuning in to KooTube. Randy, thank you for joining us. You did a great job. Always great to hear your thoughts.
Thank you.
And we will sign off now from KooTube. Again, congratulations to Team Bottcher on the win, and we will catch you next week.